To those who have risen, we rise once again. And to those who have not risen, your time will come. But today, we have another very, very special treat. All right. It's going to be a video between Sneeko and Myron. Both these people are pretty delusional, but I do watch Sneeko on a large occasion. I used to watch Myron too, but not for a very long period of time. Um, Myron's, I mean, you're gonna see it in the video. So let's just get right to it. Get right to it.
To Miami.
Okay.
It's not gonna fly here anymore.
He can do a Roman
It's
salute
not
too.
gonna fly
He
here
can do a Roman
anymore.
salute too, actually.
This is the shit that I'm talking about in Miami, bro. There's one interaction going on, and how many people are filming this? Is he filming it?
He can do
Yeah, look, this is the shit that I'm talking about.
Pointing at the
This
dogs.
is not. There's too much content in Miami. I don't even care about what's happening because everyone's performing. Besides, mine's the only one not filming. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cameras filming the same shit.
Roman salute too.
Before we continue, Myron's just he just pointing at the dog the entire time. He's like, bro, what do you mean this is not gonna fly here, bro? I'm just walking my dog. I'm just walking my dog.
It's not gonna fly
He
here
can do a Roman
anymore.
salute too, actually.
It's not gonna fly here anymore.
Fuck Israel, nigga. Fuck Israel, nigga. Fuck Israel. Right, dog, you can do a Roman salute.
No.
And you see the guy in the background. The guy in the background, he's he's disrespecting Israel, but using the N-word because he knows that Myron's gonna accept him saying that. And he's so proud of himself. He's so happy. It's just like, I mean, if you know Myron, then you know the people he hangs around. So he gives him that permission, and he's happy with them saying it in that connotation. He believes they're just. So
Oh yeah, fuck these assholes. Go.
It's just like 5 people leeching the same stupid shit.
Why is he in a crowd? Fuck Israel, nigga. Fuck Israel, nigga. Fuck Israel. Go back to New York, because sorry, Ashkenazi, 8th century fucking piece of shit. It takes one to know one, cock sucker.
Oh shit. Oh.
look at this smile right here. Bro, you can tell this dude is so sweet. Oh my gosh. This dude too. But I mean, it's like, bro, like this is what they come here for. And it's Nico, these are your people, bro. These are your people. You try to act like they're not. You try to act like, oh man, he's such a lame for acting out right here. But Myron's cheering him on. He said, "Wow, thank you for defending me, my king."
Got him. He got
You
that
see?
Jew.
And then look
Can you
at
hear me?
Myron, so happy.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me turn my yo.
Like I'm gonna pause it. I'm a little energetic today. Um, this this is peak why this is peak example of why Sneeko doesn't fit in these areas. Sneeko, I watch a lot of his content, like I said, um, but he's still delusional himself. He doesn't understand that he understands the context behind these scenarios and why that dude was such a lame for acting out right there to that Jew, even if the Jew is an Israeli, even if um, the Israel government is committing genocide and was practicing apartheid and it still is practicing apartheid regime, it doesn't give him the right to act out in that manner. But Myron enables this because he feels like any expression of the truth is still the truth, which is completely incorrect. The truth can get corrupted even with the smallest drop of distraction. Yeah. Even if the truth is distracted even by a single bit, it's not the truth anymore.
My camera on real quick.
What up?
Yo,
Can you hear me?
The Discord is for stupid niggers, bro. Only.
Okay, we were doing a guess on what the first.
See, I'm gonna say trigger warning. Myron's gonna say that quite a bit in this video. This is I mean, but it's on YouTube, so YouTube's cool with them putting it out, and so they gotta be cool with me putting it out too.
slur you said was, and whoever said that, you get $50. So, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can't see you though.
Ask Myron.
And Sneeko said he made a bet on $50 who would say that first, when Sneeko knew he wasn't gonna ever use the ER in that video or on stream. So he made the bet just so he could get $50. Like that. Hey, I mean, easy lick. Easy lick.
About
Hold on,
doing
I'm
an
gonna turn my
after
camera on
hours
right now.
show
I
in
gotta turn it up
NYC.
on other shit. Okay,
There.
bam.
Yeah, nice. How you doing, Myron?
I'm good. How are you?
Everything
Yeah, all
good?
jokes aside, though,
Are you there?
Discord really is for niggers, though, bro.
I
Not
can't
even
hear you. Hold on. I can't hear you. Hold on.
And he's gonna try to get this off like 50 different times until Sneeko finally says, "Oh, okay."
Dog, one sec.
Oh, volume went down. Hold on.
Yeah, I think you're good now.
I
Check.
just gotta turn the volume up on mine. I'm good.
All right.
All right, so now we're good, bro. I don't like Discord because Discord is for niggers that don't invest in their studio and they have to fucking, use a Blue Yeti mic or some other bullshit and they can't auto-tune their stuff. Hey, man.
It's incredible that you spent probably $40,000-$50,000 in your studio and you can't use Discord yet. That is pretty incredible. That's an incredible achievement.
Well,
I agree. This old head who thinks he really does tech don't know how to use Discord.
Discord's for faggots. That's why Zoom is for real niggas. Look at the quality. It's better on Zoom anyway.
It's literally the same quality.
And when he says Zoom is for real inwards. But Myron, you're black, but you're not real, bro. Nobody has ever called you a real inward, bro. If we're just being 1,000. We just gotta be 1,000.
It's 1080p both.
No, Discord is trash.
It's the same exact quality. And aren't you black, Myron?
Am I really? I don't know. They tell me every day I'm not. So
Well, Googled it yesterday. Apparently, Sudan is like Arab black. You're 50-50.
Yeah, I am black. It's just that black people are retarded and they don't understand that.
That's okay. Well, how do you separate a smart black from a retarded black?
Honestly, bro.
One thing I like about this video is that Sneeko the entire time is gonna be giving Myron basically an interview, but he's making it seem as if it's just a conversation, but really it's really that he's interviewing Myron to let Myron let out his introspection on the world and himself.
If they're under if they're under 100 IQ, yeah, they're retarded.
Well, how do you tell
To
that?
me.
How do you
You
tell?
make them do IQ tests, and you send everyone that's under 100. You send everyone that's under 100 IQ back to Africa.
That's the first thing you would do as Supreme Leader?
And for the white people who are under 100 IQ, where are we gonna send them? We send them back to Britain, or where are we gonna send them?
That's what I would do, bro. I'll send the retarded niggas back immediately.
But what do you think?
How's the fear?
Gypsy Crusader said that he doesn't like you because you're black.
No, that's not true. He actually he said I'm like Malcolm X, man. He gave me a great compliment, man.
Oh, he did?
Like, but when his white friends start joking on him for being black, then he says, "No, but behind closed doors, he said he actually really likes me. He actually thinks I'm his favorite black person. So I fit in with them pretty well."
Yeah. I like Gypsy, man. We've spoken before.
Didn't he? I thought he said it in Twitter space before.
And I'm glad that we started right here. Already at 3-minute mark that you can see. This is where the delusion starts to onset.
That like, or that was a different white guy, like white supremacist.
Yeah, that was like, yeah, that was somebody else. And here's the thing, people, it was Handsome Truth. But Handsome Truth like hit me up after that and said he was sorry. Like he was like, nah, that's like that was fucked up. I didn't mean that. Whatever. And we're cool. Like I don't have a problem with him.
Okay,
So it's kind of funny. Like people always say, oh, you get along with these guys, but they're a digger or a nigger or whatever. That's true. Some of them are gonna date you because of anything. That's fine. I don't give a shit about that.
It's fine. He doesn't care that they mock him in open public. He just doesn't like that black people have been mean to him before. But these guys, when they mock him in public, it's not really mocking because he's already cool with them and he doesn't assume or have any prejudice against them. He just has prejudice against black people.
Like the reality is, I call out the bullshit, and whether black people like it or not, the smart people, black people know I'm telling the truth. And then like of course you're gonna get like a couple dumbass racist niggas that are gonna always be like, you're a nigger no matter what, and you can't help those people. But the reality is, I get way more hate from black people than I do from white people. Like for every one retard that might say like, you're a nigger, I'll get like 100 that support me.
Well, maybe because you say nigger a lot, but you don't say anything about white people.
Oh, dude, I literally was shitting on white people earlier.
What'd you say?
Literally in the street.
What did you say?
I said they can't dance, they got no fucking swag, they can't dress, their women are fucking whores, and they're controlled by Jews. And I said the biggest problem that white dudes have is they let Jews control their women and not them. That's like the biggest problem. White liberal women are the fucking biggest pimple on the ass of Western humanity. They create all the fucking problems. All their liberalism, all that bullshit, it's the white women that push it, and we know.
But it seems like it's specific to women. What about white men?
Well, they get shit on all the time, bro. Honestly, like, what am I gonna say? I get like.
I can't say nothing about them. The world already does it. So the black people, when they get pooped on by white people, they don't get pooped on enough by the world, right? It's you need to do it more as a black person, right?
Am I gonna make fun of their skin color? Like,
They get pooped on the most, but they control all the assets in the world, and they're part of the ruling class, but they get shit on the most.
the thing is this.
Well, I'm just saying because that's why you're saying
Nobody cares.
you're saying that you only get haters that are black and you only get a minority that are white haters. Like maybe that's why. Maybe it's because you talk about black people, but it's not the same amount when you talk about white people.
So I said I do like that Sneeko did this interview style, but I don't think that he really realized any truths about his friend by interviewing him. I think he already knew this. He was just letting it be put out in the public. But he himself, I'm pretty sure Sneeko already knew this. And this didn't provide a realization to him because he's still going to keep hanging out with Myron. He's still going to keep letting Myron live in his delusional fantasies. And he's also going to be delusioned too by thinking that having a friend like that won't have any effect on him.
I'll tell you why. Because white people already get shit on all the time. Like, they don't get mad. Black people get offended at everything you say. Like, they're like, oh, Wakanda, nigga, you can't.
I've never heard any black person ever say, "Oh, Wakanda, you can't say none of that to me." I've never heard that before. They probably only said that after the movie first came out.
Talk about us like they're the most sensitive. Jews and blacks are by far the most sensitive people, bro. By far.
What do you think white people get shit on the most for?
A whole bunch of shit. You colonizers, you racists, you white supremacists, you have all this white power, white privilege. You know what I mean? It's like they get shit.
But white people definitely do get mad. White people get mad.
You said they get shit on for having power. Everything that he just said, you're colonizers, you're white supremacists. They want supremacy because they realized they were a part of the ruling class and they don't want to lose their status. Everything that he just named were reasons for why white people want to keep their power. They get shit on for keeping their power.
Started getting the stereotype that they're like the word Karen. I love the word Karen's funny, but if you said Karen to another race, yeah,
white women say that by shit on them though. Like white women is the group. I think they're the worst. They create some of the biggest problems in society because they have a lot of power, but they still get given like the victim status.
Yes, because women are marginalized. And so I think he this is something I've realized about Myron. He'll glance upon a truth, but he can't expand that truth to the entire world or the context that it fits within inside the entire world. Like in this example, he's saying white women, they have so much power because they're already a part of a ruling class, but because they're women, they're made smaller. And that's simply because the white people as a white race don't have a community. If they did have a community, then white women would be uplifted the same way that other women are uplifted in other races, because the other races have communities that prioritize the community over oneself. And once you prioritize the community, any person that's uplifting the community is going to get uplifted by the community, which is why women in other races have been uplifted by the community after they've done their works for their community. But there's nothing that white women can do to uplift themselves, because white men will always tear them down. And I mean, that's just history, unfortunately.
They're able to double dip. Does that make sense? They're able to walk alongside the minorities and say, we're oppressed too. But they come from the same household as a white guy.
Yeah, less
They're
so.
able to double dip.
And I guess like a white guy getting mad, they end up putting on the Joker makeup and bullying kids on Omegle. It's a little bit different from
Well,
other
the thing is, what white dudes, right, is like, the thing is this, they can't really complain or bitch, so they just don't. Like, they're like, oh, just someone calling me a racist again. Oh, he just being, like, I lost a job because they decided to hire some black dude or some black bitch.
And it's like, bro, you're simply lying. If they lose the job because they decided to hire some black person, that means that they already had too many white people. And that means he wasn't qualified enough to beat out the black person. That just meant that he wasn't qualified enough to get the position in the first place. If the white people are already outfilled in the job, then why would they hire another person who's not more qualified than the black person when they can put in the black person and increase their diversity? Even if you say diversity doesn't matter, it we know that races have different opinions. So even if you just have a different opinion but also of the same qualifications, it still would make the other race more appealing than just to have one of all the same people. It's like that's not a that's not a bad thing.
Like, they get shit on all the time, so they're used to it. Like, the people, they don't complain. Blacks and Jews complain the most by far. Oy vey, racist, anti-Semitism.
Yeah, that video we were just watching, does that happen? How often? That's like the third or fourth video I've seen of a Zionist Jew.
Blacks and Jews complain the most because they were the most marginalized people throughout history. So I mean, it's 400 years of slavery. No other races dealt with that. And 6 million Jews killed all at once. So I mean, it's like you got to just think about it a little bit. No other race was targeted like they were. So it's kind of makes sense why they complain a lot. And the Jews, the way that they went about it is that they made sure to protect themselves to the most highest esteem that they possibly can. You know, they make it hard for you to talk about them. Black people, we didn't achieve much, but also at the same time, there's no other race that's been dealt with 400 years of brainwashing. So it's like, we're still kind of recovering, unfortunately.
Coming up to you in Brickell. There was one in front of your building in SLS. And like even in behind, I don't know.
Just dox me.
I don't know.
Dox me, faggot.
I don't know.
Dox me.
I don't know if a lot of. What do you mean? It was. I didn't dox you. I said that was where the video was. It was in front of SLS.
This fucking guy, man.
Dude, wait, Myron. I didn't dox you. The video is in front of the SLS building. It's right there. You're always doing these videos in Brickell. You fucking did the debates right there. And that's not doxing. That's literally an observation of what it was. And then what
Yeah,
people.
man, we didn't go hard enough in Vietnam, man. We should expand in the Philippines, man. Damn, man. Fuck.
Yeah. Also, America lost the war in Vietnam. Second, do they know
I
that?
know they did. I know.
That
That's
there's
bad.
a Jewish facility center.
I feel bad for Myron because his only way to be funny is to target uh, marginalized communities or target races that have been targeted. There's not like there's no other way to be funny. And I say it's unfortunate because it's like, bro, like you don't really got to try too hard to get at a joke unless you're really just not that funny. And that's what I would say. When growing up myself, I experienced a lot of edgy people, and I was also one of them technically, but me more so, it was more like I was really just a part of the nerd community, but those nerds were also pretty edgy. Um, and I mean, I stopped doing it because, to be honest, I didn't think it was that funny, but also at the same time, I didn't want that to be my sort of humor, and people are just waiting for me to say the funny line again, you know? Which is what this is what happens kind of with Myron right here, because it's like he's kind of like the clown show. He's like, we're waiting for him to get off his punchline, bro. Say the punchline. We're waiting for it. Who are you gonna target this time? And I mean, sometimes it's funny, but it's like, you know, old dog. I know he can't learn new tricks, so I do understand. It's unfortunate. He's not in his youth anymore.
For like an Israeli facility center there in Brickell.
Yeah, bro. Those fucking faggots, the Rock Show Center, those fucking kikes, they got my permit pulled.
Your permit for what?
I used to have a permit. I used to have a permit that would like do the debates in in front of the buildings. Niggas complain to the city, bro.
They really did. They shut it down.
They shut it down, bro. They shut it down. Here's another thing too. When I do debates, some fucking Jew always walks by and says, "I'm Israel Chai," every time. You know what I say? Fuck you, Jew, or fuck you, faggot. Like, oh, yo, these niggas like they think like they can intimidate me. Like they walk up like with the camera, like, oh, I'm gonna get you fired. Wrong guy, kike. Like just to their face. I just do today. Like I was like, bro, you're a faggot, you're retarded, you're Jewish, you're a retarded Jewish faggot. Fuck you. Can't do nothing. What's
Sneako's like, this is interesting. This is interesting. This is how you speak with people on a normal day-to-day basis, just because you have a disagreement with them, and because that's the only way you can get back at them for what you feel they've done to you. But also, I don't even know why Myron's even so mad at Jews in the first place, because it's like he believes he's a guest in the United States in the first place. So it's like if you're a guest here, then what are you even mad about the Jews controlling America for? I mean, shouldn't you be cool with it at this point? Shouldn't you just be like, well, I mean, it's not really my country anyway. I am a guest, so at some point I am going to go back to Sudan. I think the only problem is just he believes he has a stakeholder here when he knows that's not the case.
you gonna do?
By the way, people are saying meet and greet now. Nobody thought it was. I was saying where the video was filmed, and now they're saying you saying docs made it work. Like that didn't. I was making an observation of where it was. Oh, there's all the content right there in Brickell. Even the video just today was like literally right outside that building.
All right, it's fine.
No, you don't. I'm not even gonna get guilted into feeling bad about that. That's fine. You're saying debate Red Pill is dead. We should talk about that. I don't think the Red Pill obviously isn't dead. The perfect example is Akash and his wife. No, I mean, I don't have anything against Akash. I know you have his thing. No disrespect to him, but that is like literally.
That stupid G.
That is the worst situation.
It's like he's just trying to be funny, but it's like we are not getting no chuckles. The only people are chuckling is your white audience. Myron. And that does make sense. See, it's like he attacks everybody except for the white people, and then he's like, "Oh, but I talk about the Jews." It's like, bro, you're not talking about white people. You're really not talking about white people. And then you wonder why they don't come for you. But also, even though you don't talk about them, they're still not gonna let you in their spaces. Like the same way you joke with them, they're still gonna say we don't like you because you're black. And then you're gonna say, but I mean, he's a cool guy though. He's just saying he doesn't like me because I'm black. What are you gonna say about him though? Are you gonna say anything about him? What did you say back? If y'all are trading insults, and I mean, I guess it makes some sense, but I don't think he's gonna say anything back. And this Kosh guy, he's a comedian. Unfortunately, his life is also comedy too, you know. And I feel like that's funny about funny with comedians. Like their lives always end up being like a secondhand joke too when you look back on it.
I've seen when it comes to like Red Pill truth, maybe ever. That's a very. The more content comes out, what I was saying.
Oh, bro, I'm not ending. Like, yo, I'll preacher next, bro. Like, I'm not like the 2025 into 2026. I'm cooking all my ops, bro. All these faggots are getting cooked. Oh, sorry, go ahead, continue on.
I'm saying that a lot of the Red Pill has got like people know the talking points now, and a lot of the creators have been exposed for not being truthful or going back on their word or taking deals that they shouldn't take, and it's been filled or cloud chasing, and it is. I think maybe you can admit or maybe you have observed that it's been infiltrated by a lot of frauds.
Yeah, so let me address that. So when you made that video, right? Let me be very clear about this. I didn't take offense to that whatsoever.
No, I know you didn't. I know you didn't.
Like I understood what you meant. I know exactly who you were talking about, stuff like that. I was like, cool, because me and you have spoken about this many times off camera. My definition of the red pill, the way I like use it the way I define it is simply the truth. Whether it's the red pill on the Jews, red pill on women, red pill on niggas, red pill on Asians, gooks.
Whites too. Don't leave out whites. Whites are always last on that list for you, Mike. Whites are always
Bro,
last on that list.
They get cooked all day, bro. It doesn't do it. Cracker, hey, you marshmallow faggots. They're gonna get cooked. Nobody cares. Nobody cares when you show white
Marshmallow's
niggas, bro.
crazy. But yeah, no, yeah,
Bro,
and the truth never dies. Yeah, Red Pill is that like, yeah, that's a clickbait title, but Red Pill never dies. Like, obviously the truth doesn't die. But I'm saying the need and the demand for that in the content space.
It depends on how you define it. So like, if you're defining it like maybe from the narrow standpoint of the praxeology of dealing with women only and being aware on it or whatever, and like its popularity in that time span, I can see where you're coming from. For me, I just look at it like it's just the truth. So the truth is never going to die. And the question I was asking is, are women's behavior getting better? The answer is no.
Absolutely not.
So the red pill's never going to die off of that, even if you go just with the women's route. But for me, I make it a little bit broader.
No, what he's saying right here, I guess this is where they actually start conversing, right? And he might be right about this, right? The red pill will never die because feminism isn't going to die. And this is also because like he's saying women's behavior is not getting better, but women's behavior, it was not due to women. Feminism was created by people who had bad interests, like John D. Rockefeller, right? He wanted the entire civilization to be workers. So that's why we were happy to let women out the home for them to vote too, so then it can increase the voting pool. But also by letting them vote, that means they also need to work too, right? Now when they work, they're part of society. So now the way that they contribute to society is different than before. Before, when they're at home and they didn't have jobs and they didn't vote, their contributions um their contributions were different and they weren't trying to make an impact on society. But now that they work, they have jobs, you feel me? They vote, they're in the office, they're in the government, now they have a lot of different contributions to society. And then so the feminist movement was created by something that's not their own, but now that they have become a part of society, now it's necessary for them to continue their survival, unfortunately. And the reason why I say unfortunately is because feminism directly defeats community. Because it's like, and it's the same thing with patriarchy too, right? Because it's like when you're putting when you're pushing women away from men or pushing men away from women, it makes it so that the community can't really pick and choose. Like it can't really say, "Oh, well, good job to you," because now it's also got to say good job to another person at the same time, so I would say the the theory behind the patriarchy and the theory behind feminism is one reason why community has been completely divided. And I think it's also a huge reason why we don't have nationality in America, because why would you want to be a nationalist if the men at the top are all demeaning women, or if that's what it seems like? Why would you support this nation if you're a woman and the men are all demeaning women? And then for men, why would you be a nationalist if you know that to get to the top, you're probably gonna have to not have a wife and have to pick between many women that also don't care about you either and just want your power. I mean, that's how the system is made. So,
The red pill for me is just the truth, whether it's race,
I agree.
females, whatever. So, but I understand.
and so when he says it's just the truth, point of the red pill is to get to the truth. Why is this happening? Why is it so? Not just that it is so, but why is it that way too? And I think that's where a lot of people in the red pill lose themselves. They see, oh, the world is just like this. But to know the actual reality, you have to know why it is like this too.
So the way you were phrasing it is like you're talking about like the red pill genre of
Yeah,
creators.
I think the after hours stuff too, like the whatever podcast they reach.
And to be honest, that's really what turned me away from the red pill because once you start looking at why the world is the way it is, then you kind of find it meaningless to look at what the world is like. Because it's like, why do you need to show me what the world is like? I can already see it from my own two eyes. Why do you need to tell me, oh, look, this is another piece of the truth? I can just go outside and look at the truth myself too.
Out and they want me to come on, but it's like, I think that debate thing, and it's been the rise. I've been saying this all year long. Like your college debates are killing it. You're doing collabs with Candace Owens. Your run as a political commentator, like even then Kamala Harris cites you and Andrew Tate as somebody who helped influence the election, right? They're not listing other red pill creators. They're saying you. And in terms of your political influence, it's showing that there's a shift in the demand for content. I think the after hours strategy of talking to the best show in a while was Cloud. Like that was really funny. But other than that, like when you see the whatever podcast,
And so what Sneako's doing right here, he's trying to tell him, look, this is another direction you can take to look at the truth by looking at only the politics. But Myron's saying, well, for me, any piece of truth is truth. So, and I'm just here to show people what the truth is. And I think it shows what type of person he is because when you when you make the content about showing people surface level truth, then anything that comes out of your mouth is also the surface level truth. And I think that's why Sneako's changed so much in recent times because he'd stopped looking so much on the surface. So now he's able to glance on the deeper truths. And that's why he's trying to push Myron in a direction to also look at deeper level truths. But that's not gonna happen.
like Andrew Wilson, I was talking to him yesterday because some people were saying that I was attacking. I wasn't attacking Andrew. I was saying that the reason he lost that I think optically he lost that interaction with the lesbian girl who was
And so when he says optically he lost that, he's trying to like soften the blow because he's cool with this dude. But no, he lost that debate. And when he talks with Myron here, he's gonna explain it completely perfectly, but also may miss a little bit. The reason why Andrew Wilson lost that debate is because if somebody's able to instantly figure out why you are not a proponent of truth, but you decide to expel what you consider the truth to everybody else, and they can put it out in front of everybody, and it only takes a sentence from them. They didn't need to make that girl, she didn't need to make a huge metaphorical analysis. She can just say one sentence and break you down. Your wife has three baby daddies, and you claim to know the truth. Clearly, you got with that woman regardless of whatever her truth was, and clearly you care about something that's not truly the truth.
talking about his wife was because he's in that scenario to begin with. Like why he's a smart intellectual. He's a guy that I go to for debate advice, and he's capable of very good conversations with Daniel Pikachu. Why does he even need to be debating feminism with this girl? She's already winning just being here. It's time to
Well, that's the reason. That's the reason because these people don't truly believe in the truth. They figured out surface level truth and they realized, oh, I can make money off of showing people the surface level truth of the world. And I'll do anything to continue showing that surface level truth. If I have to debate a 19-year-old feminist who's actually pretty intelligent and can figure out figure out her way around the internet, then I will because that's the only way to get my money out.
I think it's time to graduate past that roundtable OnlyFans girl content.
Okay, so couple things. So I see what you're saying. You think with the clip, I watched the debate. He absolutely steamrolled her, absolutely destroyed her.
But what do people
in
see?
every way.
What do people see? Are people gonna watch the debate?
Well, here's the thing. Those people are stupid. Who cares what they think? Like the problem is.
No, people are not gonna watch the debate. Same way I didn't watch the debate because I just seen that clip and I realized that this dude was a total loser. I was like, that's the one reason why I didn't like watching those podcasts because it's like they always have the same things happening in it. And I'm glad for once he finally got walked on by an intelligent girl. And and I mean, her argument is completely the reason why you can't trust these red pill people. I mean, but she like not saying that she is like some great figure, but she did expose the entire red pill truth, because this person who's saying, oh, he's so intelligent, he does this, that, and the third, da, 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 but he ignores his own life, then is he really intelligent? It is he really intelligent when he can talk about everybody else but ignore his own life? He's not. He's not. He just does surface level research on everything else that's not his own life. And him doing him showing that surface level truth is so he can avoid thinking about his own life, thinking about the bad choice that he made in his own life, the truth that he avoids in his own life, the way he probably can't control his household in his own life.
That like
It does matter though. Optics matter. Optics matter. Debates. It's not just about the people see. Like we can understand clips are now more important because it is about winning the ideological war. If this is what people are seeing and this is the reputation and this is what changes people's perception, then ultimately that clip alone is bigger.
Here's the other thing you gotta understand too. If you're a conservative, if you're right wing in any way, if you have a certain ideology, right? We tend to be more on the extreme side sometimes. So if a liberal says even a sentence that like comes off as like, oh, ownage, like even though they lost the fucking battle, they lost every single debate, they'll take that clip and they'll push it out because libs can't really win debates because they don't have logic on their side. So they take that clip and then blow it up. And also they don't like Andrew Wilson because he's been destroying these guys. He's a conservative, Christian nationalist, etc. So they're like, oh, we finally got this guy. Let's use this clip.
He's been destroying these guys. He's a Christian nationalist. Is his wife a Christian nationalist? Is his wife a Christian nationalist? And that's what I don't understand. If you can't control your own household, how can you even spell to be a Christian? If your wife is off doing God knows what with other people, and then you want to say that you're a Christian. I mean, I know Christian nationalist is really just another word for neo-Nazi, but if you're truly a Christian, you would be focused on fixing your own household. And really, Andrew Wilson, if he was truly a Christian, he would have said to that girl in that moment, he wouldn't have got mad and then say, "Oh well, you lick you lick girls," basically. He would have said, "Me and my wife, we have already rectified this. You know, we sat down, we repented, and you know, we move forward from this moment because I'm able to repent, so clearly she is too." But obviously he wasn't worried about being a Christian in that moment because he's not.
Whatever. But anyone that watches debate or has a brain knows that there goes a retard. Now let me answer your second question when it comes to like debating these people. I understand their perspective. These people are retarded. They don't deserve a platform. We shouldn't be debating them, and they're dumb. But here's the problem. If we don't debate them, we don't get to challenge their ideas. If we don't challenge their ideas, and most importantly, challenge their ideas publicly, we can't
I can't make money.
show how ludicrous they really sound. The only way they can see the worldviews get absolutely dismantled in real time is you must continue to debate these people and destroy them. And you gotta remember too, bro, people are finding this content new. We're in a niche. We did it for a while. For us, it's annoying and boring. Trust me, bro. I get annoyed talking to these bitches too. But then I realized, oh my God, I can't stop because there's another fucking simp like Akash somewhere that we need to save, that we need to wake up. So it's just.
I don't think you're seeing my point. My point is that it should be more.
No, you actually can stop because the videos will never disappear. So if they truly wanted to save themselves, they would just go look online and they would see all the videos from years and years ago. They're still up. They're still up to this day. And I mean, those people should also look to save themselves. Say we can't stop making videos. Your videos aren't supposed to save them. They're supposed to awake to the truth themselves. So, I mean, you're really just following your own money trail.
Strategic with the time and play, like doing it as a routine show, it becomes an echo chamber of the same thing, and the same people
You see, now Sneeko is glancing on a surface level truth right here too. Yes, all you're doing is just repeating the grift so you can keep making your money.
digesting the content, not new people. This girl, for example, I think the reason why she won optically.
Well, I got a strategy for that. I'll tell you off camera.
The reason that she won the optics of that is because of Andrew's reaction. She said something. She did an ad hominem attack, started talking about his family, and he responds by going ad hominem back. You understand like why she wins now? Because that's already placing like her on an equal level playing field as Andrew Wilson. And is she? She's not. I mean, I saw some of the debate too. Intellectually, she didn't destroy any of his points. He's a more accomplished debater. But him having to
that's why she was so mad I said that. It's because he destroyed her.
Yes, but
that was the end of the debate at that point.
But you need. Do you not understand that the optics war and what gets clipped the most, that is ultimately more important.
Of course, but here's the thing. Like, those people that see that clip that say, "Oh, she won," those people are stupid. Like they're dumb, and who gives a fuck what they think? Like the reality is, like anyone that has half a brain that understands debates, whatever, they're probably gonna want to watch. They're like, "Oh, this is an interesting clip. Let me watch this debate," and they're like, "Oh, damn, she really got smoked."
I don't think people want to.
No, no, Myron, you're the one who's dumb. Nobody wants to watch that debate because it's played out and they've seen this debate 20 different times. So why would they watch this new one just because this girl got a clip on him? Yeah, do we want to debate feminism? No. You're the one who wants to debate feminism. That's why you're watching the debate fully through. And also because you, at some point, you would also understand that debating feminism isn't going to change feminism. The only way to change feminism is if you change this society that we're living in currently. So that debate is nonsensical. So you're the one who's dumb because that debate is not changing that female's perspective. She's still going to go home and do the same thing she does. She's not going to have any new perspectives. In fact, she probably thinks that she killed him. And the views are saying the same thing for her. The only way to change it is through top-down change.
Watch those debates anymore. I don't think there's not the same demand for them.
For low IQ people, of course. But the thing is that there are going to be higher IQ people that are going to want to watch the full debate. Of course, we live in a TikTok brain area.
I don't think high IQ people want to watch. I don't think high.
See, when he says high IQ people, he's trying to do a strategy where he acquires new viewership. He's like, look, I'm saying you're high IQ because you watch these sort of debates, so that means you're gonna keep coming back to see my sort of videos. Only the high IQ people watch my videos. No low IQ people watch my videos.
These debates have happened so many times about feminism, about the man's in charge. I don't think high IQ people are wasting their time watching this.
You got to remember, you've been a creator for a long time, so for you, it's like it gets old, you're in the game. For the normie, they're always finding new shit. They're going through TikTok, they're going on Instagram, and also the other thing too, you got to remember, when you can make.
I will say that is true what he just said right there. The new people on the internet, they're always looking for new stuff to watch. I do agree, but if they watch too much of niche content, they're going to get tired of that niche content no matter what. They can't watch 20 videos a day every single day. Their brain is gonna get filled with too much content. Like it happens. So they're gonna get worn out from the content too and watch some other things that don't hit on those areas.
The same content, whatever, you're always going to reach new people. People are always going to clip it. You always can get a viral moment out of after a multi-hour debate. I understand what you're saying. It gets redundant. It gets annoying because women are stupid. I agree. However, 99% of men don't have the knowledge that we have, bro. They don't have it. So these niggas are dumb.
And then he says it's always going to get redundant because women are stupid. It's not redundant because women are stupid. It's redundant because you're not changing anything. And women are not going to change because also them changing is not going to change the reality. If there's people at the top who profit from feminism, then there's always going to be women who profit from feminism too. So that means, and if there's women who profit from feminism, then it's going to trickle down to the bottom. That's just a simple case. Even if every single lower level woman gives up feminism, it's still going to keep trickling back in society. It just simply is.
You have to give them the same knowledge over and over, and they got to see you destroy feminists like 20 times for them to wake up.
My point is,
after that, they need another 20 times.
The more effective use of your time in the red pill has been the college debates this year. That's apparent and that's very obvious. Has been your solo streams. Has been the debate, the Uncensored America, the speeches you do on campuses. My point is that roundtable positioning yourself as an equal with feminists who are just trying to build their own platforms to start their streams. That has negative ROI. There's more positive ROI in what you've been doing separately this year.
I do both because I look at it like the people still need to see modern women the way they think, because the thing is like regular girls and girls in college, whatever, guys need to see from like a different position, women from different positions, how they all are very similar. Because it's one thing for me to be on a college campus, another thing for me to talk to a stripper or OnlyFans girl. And what I'm trying to establish is these bitches are all the same regardless of education level, and they're all retarded. So like, but for people to see me in different locations and kind of come to the same conclusion over and over again.
I think Myron just simply doesn't like women. If we're gonna be 1000% with you, and then he's like, oh, they're all the same regardless of. I mean, why is that so? Why is that such a strange thing that women are all the same regardless of economic position or family? Why is it so strange? men are not like women. So is it crazy that women are all the same and they all indulge in the same things? I mean, that's why I said feminism will always come back because women are the same. So if they see that other women are doing it and succeeding off of it, then they're gonna want to try it too. But the only way to escape it is that if women see that there's something bigger than themselves, like a community. But there is no community in America, so why would they need to look at something bigger than themselves when they can just indulge in themselves? Which is why I said there's no way that you can change it. And then so even for women, I mean, they probably already glanced upon this too. It's never gonna change. So why would they try to look on that? Why would they try to look to community when they know that America's not gonna create a community anytime soon? Not especially not with guys like Myron.
It really drives in the message, and it also keeps me sharper. And
That's
the
right.
reality is, like, I'm also gonna hit like a lot of different people from different things. Some people are gonna want the couch stuff, fine. Some people are gonna want the after hour stuff, that's fine. Because we do have a strategy to kind of blow Fresh to Fit back up in 2026, which I'll tell you off air.
The people who want the after hour stuff are children. And people who want the college stuff are college kids. So I will say yes, that is a smart strategy. Getting the kids and getting the ones who just got out of childhood too. So I mean, it's a smart strat.
But that's kind of what it is, man. Like, guys need this information, bro. Every time I think, all right, man, I'm gonna chill with this shit a little bit, I see some
Well,
new
I have
fucking
a
dumb shit.
I have a pretty good strategy for how that show could blow up a lot in 2026. I can maybe tell you off air too.
Yeah.
It's a pretty simple strategy that could be fixed quickly. So, yeah,
Don't say get rid of Fresh, bro.
that's not what that's what?
Okay, all right.
What?
Okay,
What?
all right,
Dude,
all right.
that's not what I was saying. That's not what I was saying. I was saying
They gonna send me a text, get rid of Fresh or some shit, trying to be funny, man.
what? Fuck no, there's no way. No, nobody's gonna agree with that. Like, nah, come on, bro. I didn't mention it. So, what was your? Do you disagree with any of my points that I made in that video?
No, I mean, I know who you were directing at. I know, like, the era of time that you were talking about. I understood. Because here's the thing, I know you personally, so I know exactly who you were talking about and what you were talking about. So I get it. Because me and you have talked about this a million times. So
And
I
also,
totally
people
understand
are saying that like that I left the right, or like you're betraying now to get your YouTube back. Do you remember that I said the same thing 2 years ago when I debated Rolo? Remember he called me a douche nozzle and he got really upset about the vasectomy thing? You fucking do. How's he been, by the way? I haven't heard from him in a while. Is he doing okay?
He's good, man. He's good, man. He's good. He's hitting the gym. He's swole now. He's good, bro. Like
Doing that TRT? Yeah, I see him tweet about me once in a while. Oh, okay. But yeah, like back then when I saw that the vasectomy cope, I'm like, yeah, this is not something that's worth following. But there's a lot of truth in there. But for people to subscribe completely to a person and think that they're they can control what the truth is and what isn't the truth because they wrote a book.
I will say, like you said, there is some truth in there, but it's not reality either.
I thought was ridiculous. Now that was 2 years ago.
Hey, have you read it, man? It's a good book, bro. It is a good book. Read it or listen to it, and then I think it's
women are hypergamous. You don't need a whole book that women are hypergamous.
Of course, but it's still it's a good listen, bro. It's a good listen.
Yeah. Well, did anybody in the chat get a vasectomy? Put me if you got a vasectomy because Rolo told you to. Put me if you want to be a red pill alpha male.
Remember, bro, the strategy he gave was if you wanna the strategy was like if you wanna like max out like getting girls, not fucking your life up, etc. He was giving it from that perspective.
Right. If you want to max out your stats and be a Giga Chad who's mogging, get a vasectomy. Right. Everybody's putting me in the chat, so like everybody here, we all got vasectomies because the red pill brand wizard told us. But anyway.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see. Oh, also, how did that debate go with Cloud? I saw you go back and forth between the red pill and the black pill.
It was good. I like, I think we found a lot of middle ground. Here's the thing. A lot of people think that like I don't believe in looks maxing. I absolutely do. I told them like, dude.
So we found a lot of middle ground. Oh, you just agreed with him because he's white.
I got a hair transplant. I got my teeth straightened. I whiten my teeth. I go to the gym. Like looks maxing is extremely important. I do a skincare routine and shit. So.
Do you put in makeup? Like Cloud puts on makeup?
No, I don't have any makeup.
Okay. What about bone smashing? You bone smash?
No bone smashing. No, that's why I got a big nose still.
Oh, okay.
So
you got to punch that baby in. Get that Arab shit out of here, bro.
Yeah, that's why I kind of draw it. But like I draw the line there. But no, I'm a big fan of looks maxing because I told him, bro, I come from a different era. I came from the Z's era. So like.
This is, bro.
Yeah, man, we've been looks maxing since whatever. So when I said that, he was like, okay, I get it now. So I think a lot of it, dude, as usual, people always mischaracterize my positions or they don't know my positions because they'll see a clip here, they'll see a clip there, but then when I actually talk to them, I'm like able to explain like, hey, this is my thought process, but this is why I have my thought process. Oh shit, okay, that makes sense.
Okay, so what did you guys really disagree on? Because I think the major point of contention we had is he thinks that looks is the most important suit or character trait somebody could have in order to attract a woman, and I disagree. I think it's charisma for men. I think charisma trumps.
I said status. Is what I said. I think in today's day and age it's status because what I said is like okay.
He thinks it's status because he thinks that once he gets to enough high stature, he's gonna suddenly attract women. But women care about what comes out of your mouth. So unfortunately, for Myron, he has no game, so nothing good can come out of his mouth.
Okay. The way I explained it to him, I was like, look, if you have only one of the three, right? Let's pretend we're fucking Link, right? The Triforce, right? Looks, money, status, right? If you have all three parts of the Triforce, you're fucking
The
invincible.
Holy Trinity.
Right? You got the Holy Trinity. But let's say you only got looks. What ends up happening when you only have looks is you can get quick lays here and there. Women find you attractive, but it's very difficult to retain women and get respect because you don't have your status on point, you don't have your money on point, whatever it may be, right? Let's say you only have money, but you don't got looks or status. Women just use you, right? You see this in Miami all the time, right? How many times do we see fucking suckers, or you're in New York City, how many girls you see just using motherfuckers for money, right? And
The same way that girl who was on your show working for you used you for money and for a job and for status. Crazy.
they get like limited sexual access or nothing. So
Limited sexual access or nothing. He got limited sexual access slash nothing.
if you don't have it all, like you're gonna get used on the assets you have. So I say, look, if you only have to have
Nico's laughing because he just realized that that's exactly what happened to Myron.
one feature to get as many bitches as possible, I think it's status. But that's not gonna save you from the bullshit. So I think status is the one thing that can override because I've seen how many ugly guys do we see that have status that have clout? They get bitches. They might get used, don't get it twisted, but
Oh, yeah.
status breaks a lot
I
of
know,
walls.
man. Like these girls are trifling. These girls, they definitely use guys without 100%. I've seen it time and time again.
No, this dude is too funny. See, that's why I say Sneako's relatable because he can see through it, but Myron's talking, he can't apply that to himself. He can't.
So what? I
Can't
don't understand what you
believe-
disagree with Clav on.
There's not much. I think we agreed on most things. I think we disagreed a little bit on like women's access to things. I think we had like a minor disagreement on that if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Like because I was saying like you want a wife of a girl that's like between a 5 to a 7. He was saying no, you want a girl that's higher because his argument was girls that are 5, 6, and 7s have the same access as girls that are 8s or whatever. And I was like, not really, because girls that are 8s and 9s and 10s have they might be able to be around celebrities, but girls that are like 8s, 9s, and 10s actually date these niggas. Girls that are like 5, 6, 7s, like they might be around them, they might get fucked by them, but they're not gonna get wiped by them. But if you find one that hasn't been tossed around by these celebrities, and you find one that's like not a whore, like these girls tend to be the best girlfriends for long-term relationships. 5, 6, 7s.
I don't understand. I was watching that video earlier when you were the guy was coming up to you and yelling. I don't get why you. I mean, I understand from a content
This
perspective.
guy when he was yelling.
The one I was watching earlier, the Jew guy.
Oh, the Jew?
Yeah.
Oh, so funny story with that. I'm there doing an interview with Shane. You know Shane, right, Shane?
Yeah, he's also a Jew.
Street Polar? Yeah, he's he's one of my favorite Jews. Actually, now that I know that you're a Jew, you're actually one of my favorite Jews too.
Let's go.
You, Aiden,
Every day I get called something. Paul Miller DM me at 3 a.m. calling me a nigger, and Aiden Ross is calling me.
Because those are the people you hang out with, Nico. So look at how he laughs right here. Like he just heard the funniest joke in the entire world.
A chink. You're calling me a Jew. The chat, it's every day. Rabbi Shmuley calls me a white supremacist. It's like every day,
So I mean, Nico, you hang around these people, so you incur whatever it brings upon you.
yo, he really called you at 3. He DM'd you at 3 in the morning, called you a
He
nigger.
DM'd me at 3 a.m. and said, "You're a nigger."
yo, that's fucking funny. Come on, you gotta admit that's funny.
Yeah,
Dude.
that's some dedication.
That is dedication.
Yeah.
Much respect. What was I gonna say?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny, but like also ideally, like that's not what I want to be doing at 37 years old. I
Exactly. Exactly.
think he's funny. I like some of the stuff he says,
Yeah,
but
come on, man, that's just funny.
yeah, no, but
Yo, the cover,
No, it's not. No, it's not.
it gets to a
the
point.
cover shit when
It gets to a point, right?
Yo, he's like, bro, he's living out his fantasies as a kid. He realized that as a kid he didn't get to talk too much about that because he had to go into being Homeland Security. So he had to hide all that and not let it all out. But now that he's in his 30s, he can finally play like he's a kid again.
look, maybe because
Are you gonna be doing that at 37? Yeah, you hate black.
Yeah, he is.
will I be doing that at 37?
Yeah.
High likelihood, yes.
Okay. You hate black people?
Yeah, bro. Niggas piss me off, bro. Yo, nigga, like I get the most hate from black.
You see. Because you're talking to a person who doesn't acknowledge reality, Nico. And by you being in association with him, you're also not acknowledging reality too. You see how brain dead this conversation is? You hate black people when you're black? Like, what are you talking about? So you hate your own family, the family that birthed you.
Blacks.
Okay. You do okay. Anyway, yeah, I just
Well,
get.
let me explain. I don't like niggers. Okay, there's a difference between black people and niggers, bro. Big
You see, now he tries to make a separation. No, there's not a separation here.
Difference.
Okay, where are we going with this? I was asking you about the. Oh yeah.
And what's the separation between the dumb white people and the smart white people? What's the separation?
You're telling me about the story about Shane.
I was telling you about the Jew. So I was there with Shane, right? We're shooting stuff for Instagram, for his Instagram. And as we're shooting something, you know, it's a street pole question. This Jew walks by and screams, "I'm Israel, hi," right? And he like totally interrupts the question. So we're still filming. I'm like, "Fuck you, Jew," because he said Israel. I said, "Fuck you and fuck Israel, genocidal state," right? He walks away, goes to the fucking temple. Like 5 or 10 minutes later, he comes back and he says, "I'm Israel, hi" again. Pulls out his phone, Jewish tactic, and like starts trying to antagonize me. So knowing this, I did a Roman salute. I said, "Fuck you, Kike. What are you doing here? You want to fucking debate on this? Like, you're from Israel. Fuck you and fuck Israel." And then he starts talking about, "Oh, well, I'm an American too." And I was like, "But a second ago, you're just saying you're an Israeli, blah, blah, blah." So he was Israel first or whatever. And he just stood there for like an hour talking shit. And I just was making fun of him. And then the other Jew was making fun of him, calling him a Khazarian or some shit. I don't know. It was a Jew battle.
Yeah, I saw the video and it's like, you saw me talking about the fact like 5 people were filming the same exact.
Yeah.
The same interaction. That's the shit. I know you say New York's a
That
failed
happens
city.
a lot now, man. That happens a lot now.
Yeah,
Man.
it's just
Whenever I'm outside and shit, like if I'm like trying to talk to somebody, people film it. Yeah, man.
I know.
That's why I'm like, I don't go outside anymore, bro.
It's super specific to Miami too. That doesn't happen in New York here. Miami's becoming too clout. It's like, remember when LA used to be good and then all the Viners came in 2016, 17 and then it got infested. And then it's cleared out. It's a little bit better now. The same thing is happening to Miami right now. And I told Cloud, like, bro, I think you should be going outside every day. I've seen more clip bombers than I've ever seen before. Everybody's following him on stream, trying to get something out of him. Some people want to punch him. Some people want to debate him. Some people want to ask him for a rating. And I saw it today with you. 5 people filming the same stupid interaction.
You know the crazy part? I wasn't even
ridiculous.
live or anything. Like I wasn't live or anything.
Just
And
walking
I
around.
noticed that, like, yeah, I was just there filming with Shane, and then like that Jew came and I started roasting him, and then like everybody came out. Oh, that's Myron.
That clavicle dude, he probably does focus on bones a little bit here and there, but he also cares if you're white or not. Like, I remember he was judging multiple women on which one looks better, and then he just said that the white one looks better, but her bone structure was terrible and she was not very appealing at all. But he said that the Hispanic looked way worse and she's like a 4 or something. And I mean, if we're going by that, then I mean, the white one should have at least been a 4 or a 3. They were on the same tier if we're being 1000%. But he gave her, I'm pretty sure he gave her a 5 just to make her feel better about herself. Like, so I mean, even if they're a looks max or even if they're really focused on getting themselves right, if they're white, they're still for the white people. So you just gotta acknowledge reality sometimes.
So, bro, like I've like I don't go outside as much anymore, man. I be sitting inside unless I absolutely have to go outside. But no, you're right. Miami, I will say this, because so many people are coming here trying to be influencers. Like this is starting to become the new fucking LA.
It's pathetic. It's
versus like New York City. Like New York City's like not on that faggot shit because it's like more people are more in their phones. They're doing their own business, and like there's more famous people that live in New York City. So like you look like a fanboy when you do some weird shit like that.
And people are self-conscious to come off that way. When people ask me for a picture here, it's like, hey, no dick riding shit. Let me get a photo. Like, I'm not a fanboy, but like, or they'll be low key about it. Miami is just right the fuck up in your like vertical, just walking around like this. The amount of street interviewers, the stream sniping, and I've seen like I saw a stream and there's like 30 streamers in one room, and they're just like, why are you guys have nothing in common? What is this content? It's just a bunch of people just filming each other. Like there's no
That's a nice phone case.
actual discussion or there's no chemistry. It's just like, oh, you have clout, I want clout. Let's all come in a room and get clout. Like, what is going on, man?
Yeah, it has gotten worse, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I've been here since 2018. It has gotten pretty bad, and it's been like a direct spike after COVID because everybody came here from LA, from New York, etc. It's warm weather. It's cheaper to live here. It used to be one of the best kept secrets. You know this. I told you about it.
Yeah.
So like, and then especially in Brickell, like there's a lot of people here that like are kind of like we don't really have any big influencers in Miami like that. Everyone's like a kind of wannabe motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Like
that's the problem.
a lot of the people more established besides you.
You, Aiden, me, you, Aiden. I don't know who else is here.
Yeah, no, that's it. There's literally nobody else that comes to mind. I mean, Aiden doesn't even live in Miami. He lives on like Key West or something like that. He's further out.
Yeah, he's gone. Yeah, he's not
like,
here anymore.
Literally everybody else is all clout chaser. They're all clout chasers besides that.
In the city of Miami, it's me. You don't even be here anymore. And
that's it.
And Steve, but Steve is never here either.
Oh yeah, I forgot Steve too. Yeah. What did you think about that Logan Paul Steve?
And Shane's here too. Shane's big on Instagram. Shane runs Instagram. But what were you gonna say?
What did you think about the Logan Paul Steve situation?
Bullshit, bro. Super fucking gay. Look.
Oh, what's gay is about to be his response to why this is gay.
I know Mike is your boy, so I'm gonna preface this with like I know he's your guy, so whatever. But Mike is a faggot. I've said he's a faggot. He blocked me on fucking Twitter for calling him a faggot and dating a whore. Like that was gay, bro. Like I'm gonna give you an example. If you came to the studio and me and you sat down and did an interview, and you were drunk before you were Muslim, of course, and you were drunk or some shit like that, and the interview came out bad, I will not put it out, bro. I will not put it out.
That's true. But also, why?
Yeah, that snake behavior. But what's gay is that you trying to protect your friend at any cost. If you know that your friend's this way and you've already told him not to be this way, then is it crazy if you film him because he chooses to be this way?
You got to bear some responsibility. It's the same thing like you get in a car.
Nah, man.
Whoa, hold on. If you drink and drive, who's responsible when you crash into a tree? The drunk driver.
Fair.
Same thing.
Fair.
I think also, yeah, maybe they shouldn't have uploaded the podcast, but also
They definitely shouldn't have.
they should. Okay, but don't show up blackout drunk on it. It costs like $10,000 set up. They have to pay for the crew. They need their time. Like this is a lot of money at stake. Also, I understand
Number
it.
one,
Fair
I
point.
did the numbers. It was not no 10K, bro. That studio that they went to, it wasn't no 10K. Here's nothing.
Logan Paul's.
Let's do 10K.
Okay, I'm not trying to glaze, but
Let's do
Logan
10K.
Paul's time at this point in his career, it's like almost and Mike and all setting it up and coordinating. Yeah, I mean, at 5 to 10K. at
Okay,
least.
fair. Let's assume it's 10K. Mike said that Steve, you're my boy, right? We all know Steve gives out millions of dollars, literally to homeless people all the fucking time, on and off camera. Steve, I guarantee you, yo, if you called him and said, yo, this interview was trash, you look like shit, look.
You know, it's funny. He keeps saying, "Man, Steve is such a good guy, so cool," but he's not cool. He's not cool with you, Myron, and it's probably because you're black.
We're gonna redo it. Can you cover the cost if they cared about money that much, or you cover half or whatever? Steve would offer and say, you know what? I'll pay the money.
Fair.
I'm sorry. I'll come out and we'll do it good. Steve would have done that.
You don't see my point.
And that's his boy. That's his boy. No, I see your point. Hey, the time is disrespectful.
No, that's not my
Fine.
point. That's not my point. Would you
What's
ever
your point, though?
would you ever show up to a podcast blackout drunk, Myron?
Dude, I'm different.
Well,
I
how
don't drink, bro. You know this.
Okay, would you ever show up inebriated? Say like you have medication because you broke your leg. Would you show up on Percocet? Would you show up in not the right mindset on a podcast? It's a simple question.
I personally wouldn't.
Okay, that's my point. Steve's a grown man. You just shouldn't do like we need to start instead of saying, oh, what an asshole. You got to bear some responsibility. Don't show up blackout drunk on a
Yeah,
podcast.
no, that's fine. That's fine. You know what, bro? If it was someone that you didn't know, like it was like a first time meet, that's fine. But bro, that's your friend. That's your friend, bro. Let me give you an example. I'll tell you a story right now. I don't think I told you this story before, but I told it to my people. I'll say it one more time for your people that are listening. I'll never forget this shit. Remember when 6ix9ine put Steve in a bad position with the fucking Perkio shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the Haitians wanted Steve.
Yeah.
Fresh set up a meeting with the top Haitian nigga in the city, one of the rappers here. We had an in-camera discussion. We put the guy there. They squashed the beef because they wanted to kill Steve. They were looking for him. We fucking squashed that shit. Had them talk it out, whatever. Steve comes to me and says, "Hey man, don't put out the interview." I said, "Cool." We put out the interview. I'm not half as close as Steve is to Mike, and I honor that. So I'm not gonna put it out because that's just the type.
You know, because you love white people, bro, and you want to you want to be very kind to them. But if you was another black person, you would say, "Oh man, I gotta make some money and make some money." But Steve will do it. He might pay me back, but these black people, they may not pay me back. So that's not really the truth. It's not really the truth. It's the context of the scenario and the way you were feeling at that point in time.
I am, bro. If that's your boy, you guys are friends like that, and you know that the interview.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying.
I wouldn't put it out.
My point is.
Yes, Steve takes L for showing up drunk. I
There
said
you
this
go.
already.
Okay.
I agree.
Okay.
That was an L for showing up drunk. But your job as a friend is if your friend is in a vulnerable spot and they look bad, it's not your job to make it worse. You talk to them out there, hey, you fucked up, you showed up drunk, you're covering the next interview, and I know Steve would do it.
That's his name. The problem with fully placing the blame on
Fair.
Logan and Mike, and although you are saying that, is that I don't think that this is the first time. I think that this is a repeated problem. And if people don't call it out, then I think we're not seeing the bigger issue at play here.
Well, we don't know that. We don't know if this is the first time.
That he's been. All right, it's not my issue either. But like, let's put two and two together. Come on, man. It's about, like when you make your content. Like they came up, the Nelk Boys came up off of getting inebriated drunk and doing stupid shit in public and jumping over wine coolers and getting. They would do that. They would set in their videos. They would get really drunk to record. They've said this. Like this is how they do content. When you tell people that, a lot of people are gonna think it's okay. I've seen the Nelk Boys say, "I need to get drunk right now so we can do content." If someone doesn't say like, wait, pump the brakes, then we're enabling.
Look. Here's the thing. If you came to my studio and you were drunk, right? Hypothetically, of course, I would not put that interview out if it made you look bad.
You said that. I understand.
Yeah, I mean, I might be
Whenever Sneako's closing his eyes, he's saying, "God forbid, God forbid."
pissed off, whatever. I'm just not gonna put it out. My thing is, they shouldn't put it out. They can be mad at Steve all day. Don't put the fucking interview out.
It's not okay. What I'm saying is not about like who's right or wrong in the situation. I'm saying that there's clearly like there's a bigger problem right now, right? Where he thinks that he needs to get drunk to do content, and then even then, like especially one of his friends, I know Mike is closer to Steve than I am. Someone's got to be like, "Yo, bro, is everything good?" Why is he even in the position to get blackout drunk in the middle of the day? This is not Saturday night. They probably just want to.
If they cared, you know what they should have done? Not turn the fucking cameras on and had to talk with him on the side. If they really cared.
Okay, but in general, like maybe one of his friends.
Why you scared? I know that's your boy. He's a
Not turn on the cameras. They came to do the interview, and he came that way.
fucking snake. I wouldn't be surprised if he's a Jew. And Logan Paul is gay too. Like, bro, these dudes, like, the problem with these, like,
I like Mike.
Hey, I won't deny Logan Paul's gay, Mike's gay, all of them are gay. That's fair to say.
Logan, no problem with.
Yo, they're normie guys, bro. Like, for them, it's like clout, attention, whatever, like views. Like, they don't give a fuck, these dudes, bro. Like, it's just
Mike's a good guy.
like,
Mike's a good guy if you met him.
He's a fake, bro.
When do you want to come to New York, though? Would you come to New York and do something? I know we were talking about doing a woman podcast, but that is an interview show.
That would go crazy. That would go crazy.
It would, but it's not a debate. It's not a debate show. It's an interview show.
No. Yeah, I would ask them like provoking questions, just make them look stupid all day, bro.
Yeah, I use the Socratic method, where you don't engage in debate. You just let them expose themselves through selective questioning.
Which is what he did this entire conversation.
Yeah, I could do that for sure. That's what I used to do when I used to be on a job.
Oh, so yeah, basically an interrogation.
Yeah.
And even that, I don't like making them feel bad. Like one thing I do, if they feel stupid, I think it was a more recent one. I asked,
hey man, I'm about to jump in, I'm about to smile a little bit like you're retarded. Come on, man.
What was she saying? Oh yeah, there was a girl. I was asking about Mom Donnie, and she was saying that she wanted to replace the cops with therapists, and she realized how stupid she was sounding, and she started shaking. And so I catch that, and then I started asking about her job, and I like cool her back down, because what you don't want, especially if it's recorded, not streamed, you don't want them to be like, can you delete the footage? Because that's the worst, bro. Like if they feel too stupid or something, you have to cater to them a little bit, you know? Or,
no, you tell them you're telling them you're not gonna delete it.
Yeah, but then they get really upset, and
it's public. They're in public. They're sitting down. There's a.
You see how terrible this dude is? Talk about something. And told him you're not gonna record it. I mean, you're in public, so I mean they can't arrest you for it. It's like you don't even think about the fact that you're interacting with another person and that you need to respect them. But when it's your friend, you'll do your best to respect them. But if it's a random person and you have the control there, there's no need to respect that person. There's no need to care about their feelings.
Camera, fuck that, bro. Yo, look, man. Let me do a 1 minute show. It's gonna be the greatest.
I'm telling you, that's not the right way to conduct it. You know, it's because then people are gonna stand around and get upset, and then.
Bro.
You see, it's not the correct way to conduct it because Myron's not a human being.
Bro. I used to talk to terrorists and make these niggas confess to me. I promise I'll make it good.
Yeah, but these people aren't terrorists. They're not terrorists. They're like lip balms.
I used to talk to terrorists and make them confess. Those are people you treat like they're not human. And you're saying that that's the same way you conduct interviews with working humans that you're supposed to socialize with in the society.
New Yorkers.
Like I'll get libtards to confess, bro. Pedophiles, drug traffickers, like whatever, man. I get them to confess. I'll get them to say dumb shit, and I won't press them. I promise. I won't call them faggots. I won't call them kikes. I won't call them anything crazy. I won't even call them like libtards or anything like that. I'll be like, oh yeah, I'm a progressive too. I wear a rainbow shirt.
Nobody's gonna believe.
I wear a rainbow
You're not
shirt.
You're not wearing a rainbow shirt, bro. You're not wearing.
You know what? I know what I'm gonna wear.
Oh, here's the Jew costume. Ready? Okay, yeah. All right.
Bro.
Okay, here we go. Ready? I knew it. Yeah, there we go. And he's gonna play the song. Ready? You're gonna hear the no.
Bro, I'm gonna wear.
Ready? He's gonna hit it.
I'm gonna wear this. I'm gonna be in disguise. Right? What do you think?
Where's the song? Oh, I can't hear it. Fuck.
Oh, you can't hear it? Okay. But yeah, I'll literally do it in this, and I'll have this book. I'll have this book right here on the side, like I have it on the table. They'll be safe, bro. They'll think I'm a Kamala fan.
I'm sure.
I'll be like a liberal Jew, bro. And I got a fucking Israel flag with the rainbow thing coming.
Where did you get that? Where do you buy that?
I can't divulge my sources, but it'll be hilarious. I got an Israeli flag with the rainbow star, bro.
Yeah. See, that'd be great in Miami. I don't know about New York though.
No, it'll work because I'm gonna be like, oh no, you're right, because I can't be a Zionist in New York. It's fine. I'm gonna put a Palestine flag. There you go, bam.
There's no. I don't break flags. That's not my show. That's not the show. I want people to just come on and talk about their lives. It's not about the host.
Wait, do you want me to be?
You see, but Sneaker, when you disrespect your guests by telling them, oh, I make them sound stupid and I just let them talk, and he thinks, oh, well, it's just about disrespecting them and treating them like they're nothing. But then you say, oh, actually, no, I just want them to talk about their lives and tell me their thoughts. Then that's a completely different message than what you told him before.
An asshole or not? I could be nice and wear this.
We should. That's a good Miami idea.
No. We gotta do the 1 minute podcast, bro. We're doing a subway. I'm gonna have a Palestine flag. I'm gonna be one of these Jews that says free Palestine. I win in every way. I got the victim mindset with the Jews. I can say about the Holocaust. I can talk about free Palestine still. I can wear keffiyeh. Bro, I am the liberal king. Undercover Jewish.
What about an after hour, like a regular after hours?
No, nigga, we're doing a 1 minute podcast. Let's go, baby. Let's go. We're doing a 1 minute podcast. We're gonna call it the Hebrew minute. The Hebrew minute.
Why?
How funny would that be?
I don't get it.
The Hebrew minute, man, is like instead of 1 minute podcast, welcome to the Hebrew minute. You know, I'm pro Palestine, I'm pro gay rights. Tell me what your thoughts are. How many genders in your opinion? Oh, I think there's 97. Really? I think there's 99. You know, I'm gonna one up them. Do you think gays should get married? Yeah, I think so. I think they should be able to have like everything. Oh wow, yeah, dude, it'll be awesome. And then I have my Kamala book. Who'd you vote for in the election? Trump is so bad. Massive deportations is evil.
I'll think about it.
And then I take the costume off and I say, ha, you dumb faggot, you've been duped. Fuck the Jews. Ah, bro, it'll be fucking content, bro.
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
We'll think about
You've been duped, faggot. Ah.
Yeah,
And then we'll play Heil Hitler.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, maybe. We'll think about it.
Come on, man. Don't be scared, bro.
We'll think about
Don't let New York make you gay now.
it. It's
Come on, man.
Myron's trying his hardest to get a clip out. He's like, bro, I gotta make a clip, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, Sneeko. Let me get the clip out, bro.
What's gay about that?
This nigga getting all shaky. Oh, man. Fuck, man.
You know, it's
Yo,
just
I had the Kamala book. It'll protect us.
sure. Yeah, it'll
I'll
ward
clean
off.
out this part. It's not gonna. I'm gonna clean out this part. It'll say 107 days, not 109.
Oh yeah, you put the Sharpie on from the last time.
Yeah. But I'll clean it up though. I'll make it say 107.
Did you download the party app yet?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I did download it. I did. I told all these niggas I don't want to hear no more bitching. There's a fucking party app, faggots. It's pinned in the fucking chat, by the way.
I need to
Actually-
download it on my new phone and get that.
Yeah. No, bro. Dude, I will say this. Not even on some glaze shit because we're with party, but the quality of the video is very good. Like that's one thing I gotta give credit. Like it's very good video quality.
I'm gonna get it right now. You've been going. How many hours you been doing on party recently? I thought.
I stream a party. Every day. I stream a party. On weekends though, I'll like cut to party only. On weekends.
And how was your Thanksgiving?
I didn't do anything for Thanksgiving, bro. I was
I thought you got the American flag right there. It's one of the most American. What happened?
He's not American, bro. He's a guest here. He doesn't need to partake in those festivities.
American
You
nationalist.
know this. You know, man, bro. Muslims don't celebrate shit, man. I've just never grew up celebrating anything.
It's only Eid for you.
Pretty much, bro. That and starving yourself on Ramadan, man.
Only Eid for you. Well, you could have hosted your own Friendsgiving or something. It's a very American house. You never had turkey on Thanksgiving?
Like one time.
Damn, dude. I'll invite you next year. Oh, I saw your brother pop
Honestly, turkey kind of sucks though. It's kind of
up.
dry. and
No,
shit.
turkey's delicious. Turkey's delicious.
Yeah.
You just gotta season it properly with some good gravy.
Yeah,
It's gotta
yeah,
be
of
cooked
course,
up.
yeah.
You don't even need that much
Cook
gravy. It doesn't. If you have a good turkey, it's not dry. I saw your brother pop up. The guy's smart.
Yes. My brother is he's smart. I gotta give him credit. He's a smart nigga. He's still a nigger though, but he's smart. He's super black, bro.
The logic is great.
That nigga's very black. Man, I don't mean as in like nigger as in IQ wise. I mean as in like that nigga dark, bro.
How old is he?
He's 23.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He's a Hafiz?
Oh yeah. He pretty much has it. Yeah, pretty much has it down pat.
You know, I have my next 1 minute podcast subject ready to go. I want to ask you this. I'll ask you some of the questions now. See what the answer is. What
My
are?
brother's only an hour from you, bro. So if you ever want me to, I could tell him to fucking pull up. You guys could talk about religion, all that shit.
Yeah, we can make dua. We'll go to the mosque. Or maybe
Yeah. He'll go with you and everything. You just let me know and I'll tell him he'll go meet up with you.
What?
You can farm him for content.
I'm not gonna farm your family, Myron.
No, it's cool. Like, you can farm him, bro. He's black anyway. He's a slave, man. You can farm him.
Let me ask you the question. What are American values?
Okay, so are we gonna talk about like American culture, American values? What do we?
American values.
Holistically,
This is my next 1 minute podcast subject. What are American values?
Okay, I would say democracy, freedom of speech. Those are the two biggest ones. Second Amendment, right? Elections.
Elections are values. What's the definition of values?
Well, it's a fairly malleable term because it depends on how you want. That's why I ask you like how you want me to.
Yeah, no. I asked this because I think it's going to be a variety of answers. I don't have the answer. They're saying the definition is the regard that something is held to deserve the importance, worth, or usefulness of something. That's not like values.
Yeah. It's
Something to
pretty
be,
malleable
something to be important or beneficial. So the first thing you said were democracy, freedom of speech.
Yeah.
And the Second Amendment, which is that it?
Yeah, I would say those are American values. Like if we're talking from like a more foundational standpoint of like American values in our culture, like when you think of America, right? What like if you think of America, what comes to mind? Free speech, Second Amendment, liberty. You know.
Liberty. What does liberty mean?
I'll say the right to freedom, right to, with limited government, right? Kind of what we broke away from with England with the with the monarchy and shit like that, and
So freedom.
authoritarianism.
I think liberty is probably the best way. Yeah.
Limited government. Like liberty vaguely means limited government, liberty for oneself, more self governance, that type of thing.
Okay.
That's where libertarian comes from, right? Limited government, like we have more ability to have more freedom. You know,
So
you can make the argument like being a libertarian though leads into I get free, I could just be a faggot. Like,
yeah, that's what I was about to say. So that if liberty is the biggest American value, or the strongest American value, then what's stopping people from doing gay pride parades? What's wrong with that?
You're right, and that.
And that's why I say these people live in delusion because they don't know, they don't understand why America is the way it is, even though it was following the rules that America said in the beginning, that we value liberty and democracy over everything, and all our choices were made through liberty and democracy. Even slavery was made through liberty and democracy.
That is a part of the values
American
of America.
values, yeah.
Unfortunately, yeah, it is a part.
Unfortunately, but you have an American flag there. You're an American nationalist.
Well, yeah, it's an unfortunate part of it, but again, it is it's for the greater good. Even
No, it's not an unfortunate part. That is just the way that the U.S. conducts itself.
though it sucks that that is a part of American values, you know, like I said before, like we could go into like the free speech conversation, right? There's speech that me and you don't like, right? That we get offended by, we might dislike, but me and you both
What speech don't you like, Myron?
would fight for that person to have that speech, right? So that's kind of where it comes in, where it's like, look, you don't have to agree with it to defend it, to understand it, and understand it is a fabric of our society, whether it's we like it or not.
So gay pride parades are essentially part of American culture, or an extension of it. It's an extension of freedom, liberty, the pursuit of happiness.
You can make that argument. That you could make that argument.
So that when people say, when they say Islam is not compatible with the West, what are they talking about?
So what I think they're talking about, and when I talk about this, right, because I have this belief, I don't think it's compatible with the West if we're going to be very honest and blunt about it, simply because of like maybe the First Amendment, right? You can't talk about the prophet, right, or say certain things, right, because it's.
But Islamists cannot change that. They cannot change that foundational rule. So if they come here and then they say, oh, well, we don't like how people talk about our prophet, they couldn't prevent people from speaking about their prophet.
Disrespectful and it's haram and everything else like that.
Not only that, because they would have to change another rule of religious freedom. They would have to prevent people from having the freedom to choose whatever religious doctrine they want and speak about religious doctrines whatever way they want.
So that's what I mean, because if you're going to have freedom of speech doesn't really fly in Muslim countries, right?
So I'll say here, like I said, he's just delusional. He doesn't understand what he's talking about. Every religion is compatible with the West if you truly follow democracy and truly follow liberty, like it was made in the Constitution. If you truly follow it, then every religion is compatible and everything is compatible to the point where there is no other group of people. There would just be Americans who are accepting of everybody, which is what it comes down to be an American.
Whether it's from a religious standpoint or like if you're talking about like the monarchies, if you say certain things in Saudi Arabia, it creates problems, right? And I don't want to go too deep in that.
And on the dollars, when it says "In God We Trust," or in the penny where it says "In God We Trust," the reason why it says God is so that it's the sort of God is ambiguous. If it said "In Allah We Trust," then that means that it's speaking to a certain God. Like even in Christianity, we use many different words for God, like Jehovah, like Adonai, like I mean Yahweh. There's a lot of different direct words for God. But if you just use God, that doesn't mean that you're speaking to one sort of God, because there's many monotheistic religions that believe in different gods. That's why they kept it ambiguous.
Because I know, me and you've talked about that. We're not going to go too much further. But that's what I would say. But yeah, man, I mean, you know, American values, there's a lot of them. And this is a good question for your 1 minute podcast.
Yeah, it's pretty good, right? I think there's going to be a big variety of answers. Also,
it's a very good question. It's super open-ended, and then people are going to define it in different ways. So it's a good question.
Yeah, what are American values? I think that's, again, because I think you gave the most correct answer. I asked Nick the same thing, and he said liberty. It was the same answer. What about, like, what is American culture?
Okay, so now this becomes a little bit different, because what era? Are we talking the 1950s, the 1960s, 1970s, 1980s, 1990s, 2000s, 2001s? Like, you know.
As general as you could answer it. Like, what is American culture?
Okay. Might be an unpopular take with some of your Pakistani fans and shit like that, but let me be honest. And we're going to talk about American culture. What do we think? I was born in the USA. White nigga, overalls, fat, blonde hair, beard, mullet. You know what I mean?
And that's a stereotype. Like, that's more like a caricature of America. But what is,
of course,
more accurately defined, what is it?
But what I'm trying to say is, like, if I took somebody from Afghanistan, and I took someone from China, and I took someone from Japan, and I took someone from Brazil, right? And I showed them 5 different Americans, right? We took me, we took you, we took the guy with the mullet with the American flag on his thing, the fat white boy, and then we took, like, I don't know, some fucking Spanish nigga, whatever, you know, Mexican guy with a sombrero. We're all Americans. Who is he gonna think is American of the 5? They're gonna think the white dude with the mullet is, right? Because that is the most common.
No, Myron, we're not all Americans. The only one who is the American is the white guy.
Denominator archetype. Does that mean that that's all Americans? Of course not. But like, that's what they're gonna think.
Okay, but what do you think is the best description of American culture? You know, without following a caricature or foreign stereotypes, how would you define American culture?
keep it honest with you, bro. If I'm gonna keep it like the most American, where it's not, it's like you can't argue it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fucking Jason Aldean, fucking country music and some Bud Light and Budweisers with some cowboy boots.
So what
There's no other culture that has that.
So your description of American culture is alcohol and hillbilly shit.
Well, here's the thing. The reason why I'm using these descriptors.
Wait, is that Mein Kampf behind you?
That is Mein Kampf behind me. Well, you could also like make the argument. Well, you can make the opposite argument. Rap music, black people, do-rags. You can make that argument too. But I would say, but here's the thing. To make it indistinguishable, where it's like truly, you can't like it's America, country music, white people, cowboy boots, footballs, baseballs, America.
It's all
You know
shit,
what I mean?
but everything you just said is shit you don't like. You hate football, you think it's goy slop. You don't watch baseball, you think it's for normies and it's gay. You don't drink, you think it makes you retarded. So what do you love? What do you love about America? Like what? You pride yourself so much in being American. Like everything you're saying is shit you hate.
Well, those are the negatives of.
But that was the first thing you said. You didn't say you said immediately after American culture. You said beer and rednecks.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, because that is like the most obvious, right? It's the most ostentatious form of American culture. Whereas like you can't miss it. Like if I took a retard and I gave him 5 people and I said who's the American and different people of different cultures and backgrounds, they will be able to get that person right. Does that necessarily mean? Because here's the thing. The ostentatious things that tend to be negative are the most memorable. It's like kind of a negative thing about human culture. So yeah, I named those things even though they're negative, but they're memorable.
So, what are the good parts of American culture? What are the ideal presentable parts? If you were part of the United Nations, you had to describe it. How would you describe American culture in the best way possible?
Freedom of speech, Second Amendment. We have.
Those are more rights. I wouldn't say those are like values or culture.
But that's a part of our culture. It's an inherent part of our culture. Because your rights dictate how your culture runs. Because if your culture is restrictive, like in a Muslim country, for example, you can't say certain things. You can't criticize the government. You can't do certain things.
Okay, I'll ask you this for
for
research sake. Yeah, how would you describe it? Culture.
I will say that is very true. Your rights do determine your culture because, like in China, their rights are limited. They focus on their community so much so that everybody in the community protects each other's rights because their rights are limited. So that whenever the government does do something, they huddle together and they don't say, "Oh man, but I need to protect myself." They say, "Oh, we need to come together as a community to make sure the government doesn't harm us when it does." But that's because they have their community based because of the way that the government was formed. So, I mean, history does play impact on the current state of affairs in the world.
In terms of, I think people often associate like food or dance or community gathering, the way people treat each other, interact. I think that's a more descriptive attribute of culture.
Okay, so you're talking about describe. You want me to give American culture from a social perspective?
Yes, exactly, and in an idealistic way. In an idealistic way, because the general way is all negative: alcohol and goy slop.
Tailgating, especially for football, like for college football, for American football.
No, but in an idealistic way, you think football's gay and retarded and tailgates are all alcohol.
That's for me, but people love that.
But what do you love? Like, how would you describe it in an idealistic way?
Well, let's be honest, man. Like, I'm a fucking weird guy. I stay inside all the time. I'm streaming. I'm talking to some fucking gook on the internet. Like, I'm not like a.
I'm a gook now. Well, this is what I'm chat. This morning at 3 a.m., Paul Miller says you're a nigger. 30 minutes ago, Meyer calls me a Jew, and now I'm a gook. Anyway, go ahead.
And you're a nigger too. It's crazy. And you're like a voodoo nigger. Like you're the lowest tier. You're a Haitian, bro. Like I'm sorry, bro. Your country sucks, man. Damn.
Oh, in Sudan, like no disrespect, obviously, like prayers, but like you're gonna say that when like what's going on?
All right, nigga.
All right, like don't make me. You're gonna really make me do this right now? You're gonna make me do this?
Okay. Haiti is cursed. You bunch of voodoo niggas. See, Sudan is like they're getting kind of Dubai and shit like that, and the Jews they're being faggots, and the Russians they're all involved. All right.
Okay.
You niggas are just cursed.
Okay. What was you were gonna get somewhere with American culture?
Oh yeah. Sorry. Yeah, we're talking.
And I'd rather live in Haiti than Sudan right now, any day. But continue.
Debatable. Well, you guys have a lot of gang wars and shit, but okay. Well, I was gonna say. So here's the thing. You said social things that are cultural to America, that are like kind of American fabric culture, right?
Yeah.
Social things. Tailgating, baseball games, football games. Look, I think it's gay, but that doesn't mean that other people don't think it's American basketball, right? These are all like huge social things. Like professional sports is huge in America.
Yeah. It's just I'm seeing a pattern. It's with Nick too.
NASCAR.
Like there you go. Like all the shit that describes American culture, the most vocal American nationalists fucking despise. Like Tucker Carlson, is he watching NASCAR? Like is Nick going to a fucking tailgate? Is Candace Owens at the Yankees? Like especially you. You're like all the American nationalists fucking hate American culture. It's like the weirdest, and I haven't seen people discuss this.
Now,
Because they don't acknowledge reality either. They think that it's supposed to be something that it's not, and they don't understand why it's gotten here. And it's simply because that is the way that democracy and liberty plays out. We gave the businesses the liberty to do as they please, so the businesses will find a way to usurp as much power as possible because in a business, you're not supposed to stop profiting at some point. You're not supposed to lose out. You're always supposed to gain more. So the point is to figure out better ways to gain more every single year, every single quarter. Capitalism never stops running, right? So capitalism, if it never stops running, we're just at a point where it's ramped up to the point where it's eliminated most competitors, which is what you're supposed to do in a capitalist world. You're supposed to eliminate your opponents so that you can hold all the profits. And that's because we gave the businesses the liberty to do that, to indulge in capitalism.
You know what, bro? I like that you mentioned that because that is a very good, that's a very astute pickup that you have. Look, I think people that are like hardcore patriots that really care about the country and progress in the country, we can't be bogged down by niggers and Hispanics and on football's wrong. We just can't. We got to focus on shit that matters, right? So, like sports, though it's interesting, it be entertaining and everything else like that, it's a huge distraction. But I'd be remiss to not admit that it is a huge staple of American culture. That's why I don't think Bad Bunny should be performing at the Super Bowl.
Fair.
Get that spick out of here.
Then what are Americans? Well, Puerto Rico for. But what Americans ideally be doing? Like what is America? What is it?
Look, I'm probably gonna get in trouble for if this because I've been making fun of Puerto Ricans the past month, bro. Them niggas, bro, like they're so proud of their country, but they don't got a country, bro.
Yeah, I saw you talk about the Ricans are upset at you. Shout out to Puerto Rico. Wepa, all my Puerto Ricans. I love Puerto Rico. But what would America idealistically be doing? Like, what is the culture in your ideal world? You know, if it can improve, if you think that it's all goy slap retarded.
If it can improve?
Yeah. So what in Myron's world, Supreme Leader, what are Americans doing in the best version of this country?
He would never be supreme leader.
One thing I wish we did more was I wish we exercised more.
Okay. Like the way the Chinese do that. You seen the rows of Chinese people all doing the Tai Chi in the morning.
Yeah, like that's I think like one of the things I wish we did more of, like less praising of professional sports and more like us actually working out and not watching professional athletes. I think that's such a why like
But we don't like each other because people like you exist, and you praise hating your own Americans.
professional sports is so popular in America is because it's like the physical pinnacle that people just never reach here because people are so used to being mediocre and fat.
At least sports people can come together on and say, oh, at least, hey, look, we support the same team. Like, let's go watch that team together because we both support them and we want them to win. Oh, wow, look, we can put our differences aside and we can watch sports together. Wow, this is so cool. That's what Americans do. That's why they like it so much, because they don't have to focus on their differences, which they always have to, because that's what they have the liberty to do.
And out of shape. So like they marvel at a bunch of niggers shooting basketballs and fucking throwing footballs and Dominicans swinging bats and shit like that. Like they marvel at that shit because they're fat and losers themselves.
Yeah. So okay, exercise. What else?
I wish our diet was better. We put way too much,
fitness,
hamburgers and fries.
Okay.
But so you're asking me for like a positive thing in American culture that's
no.
That's
I'm saying
us, right?
What does America ideally look like? More fit? What else? Maybe it's one more thing.
Yo, honestly, less street crime, bro. That's a big problem compared to other countries. I mean, me and you've traveled together. Pause.
How's that pause?
Niggas might be gay. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you guys travel together.
No, it's because, Myron, when you travel with your white friends, you like to sleep with them and let them hold you tightly.
Faggots. Like when we've been to other places, bro. Like, yo, the crime in America is nuts compared to like other places that we've been. Like that's something that I really dislike. Like I really got mad about when I came back.
He said when we travel together, I made sure you didn't touch me at all, Sneeko. That's why I said pause.
To America,
So
what the fuck?
like Dubai.
We need that. We need that.
But
the only way we're gonna get that, because here, this is gonna be fucked up.
I want to hear.
Dubai has it right. They have a mass immigration country. Well, mass immigration for Dubai at least. 90% of the people there are immigrants. Why is there no crime there?
Because it's a police state.
That's a part of it. But not only is it a police state, they have
No, it's because it is because they're a police state, and it's because their government is able to enact as enforcers. Our government isn't able to enact as enforcers. We have the FBI, but the FBI works covertly and doesn't work with our states. Our states have their own bureaucracies, which are the police enforcement, and also those police enforcements also have to go through like local funding. The state has overarching reach over it, but there's so many delegations that our enforcers are they're not, our enforcers are not from the top down that deal with our local communities. That's why. So for crime to be dealt with on a high tier and high level to watch, it's got to be all interconnected. And not only that, does it need to be all interconnected, but it needs to um the government needs to know exactly what's happening in every single state, county, subdivision, everything, so it can account for all the crimes that are happening at once. But our government can't because the division is so much between each level that they have their own set of problems that they have to worry about, and they leave out lots of crimes.
Apartheid criminal justice system. If you're a foreigner and you commit a crime there, you're cooked, bro.
Yeah, there's just
But
too
if
many
you're an
people in
Emirati-
America to do that. Yeah.
If you're an Emirati and you commit a crime, bro, I'll give the, because the audience might not know this. If you're an Emirati and you get caught with drugs, guys, they're gonna send you to rehab. If you're a foreigner caught with drugs, you're doing 20 years in prison.
Right.
Done. There's no ifs and ands or buts about it.
But do you hear? This is what I hear, and I think this goes for many American nationalists when you break down this ideology. So you started off by describing what describes American values. It's freedom, liberty, and then what does America ideally look like? You say more fit, and the way to do that is the way the Chinese government is doing, an authoritarian communist government where they make everybody line up in the schools and they all obey and they salute the flag, and it's a communist government. The second thing you said was less crime, and the government that you compared it to is the government of UAE, another authoritarian government, somewhat a police state without freedom of speech. So in order to make America a better place, you have to get rid of the core values, right? The reason what makes America America is liberty and freedom, but that's also what's eroding it, is what you're saying.
I know, I see your perspective.
Yep.
You're saying like, hey, like the freedom that you're talking about has created a lot of these ills that you've also identified.
The reason people are fat and the reason that they're obsessed with
they have freedom.
with Goyslop is because like when you give them freedom, are they going to work hard and get fit, or are they going to eat a hot dog at a game and cheer on the sports ball team?
Well, here's the other thing too. The way you get around that is you need to have institutions in place to penalize and make fun of mediocre motherfuckers. Okay.
Making fun of it is not going to. Making fun of it is not.
No, bro, no.
Roasting is the
Roasting
solution.
works. Roasting is a solution, and I'll tell you why.
Come on.
Bro, I'll keep it 1,000 with you. Your generation, you guys are a little bit more base, but you guys are fucking faggots, and you guys are out of shape. You guys don't care about the gym. You guys care
Millennials are fat, and millennials are all gamers. Millennials sit inside and play video games all day. The average gamer is 40 years old. You guys are obsessed with like Disney movies, going to Disney World, Disneyland, and playing Valorant.
I've admitted that millennials are faggots. So actually, you know what? I did a whole episode on this saying how millennials are literally responsible for the woke culture that we have now.
And the boomers,
put Obama in.
the boomers were also the ones propagating the sex revolution that the Fresh and Fit is based off of. Without that, boomers are extremely lazy. Yeah. Boomers allow their country to get infiltrated. So I mean, every generation has its faults. Boomers fucked up royally. Boomers fucked up.
No. Yeah, they did. But the thing is that they bullied each other. Well, you had the Vietnam War. A lot of these boomers, but a lot of them were draft dodgers too. But the point is that we need to bring back shaming and proper education. Like if you look at the food pyramid, right, that was extremely pernicious in American society because we told motherfuckers you need to eat a lot of bread, you need to eat milk, all this other shit. The food pyramid was a scam, a big scam, and that is what we pushed.
The food pyramid was pushed by the business interests that had the money to push that. So the reason why it's pushed is because they want to keep these industries going and flowing and allow them to make more money. And the government, because these business industries invested in them, and the government, they said, oh, well, look, since we have the Department of Education, we're going to invest in your Department of Education, but you need to put our food pyramid in your curriculum. And by putting that food pyramid in, we get interest back because now you have to buy all these things because it's in the food pyramid and the children need to eat what's in the food pyramid. So, I mean, it's just a revolving circle. I mean, and that's the liberties we gave that's the liberties we give the business interests. We allow them to influence our government so they can continue to make money off of our government and our people.
Out in nutrition world for a very long time. People didn't really get a hold of nutrition and counting calories really until like 10 years ago, bro. People didn't use MyFitnessPal or tracking calories until like.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like he points out, he's like, oh man, the food pyramid but people didn't really just start to focus on fitness that much until later on, until like 10 years later. But why was that happening? You're not
thinking
thinking
of the fitness industry, at least, because I was really in the fitness industry until like 2013, 2014.
A population of almost 400 million people, let's be real, it's not going to be fixed with bullying. Look at our major competitor, right?
It will be.
Bro, Myron, the major competitor right now is China, right? Like that's the war that's going to go in the future.
They bully the fuck out of each other.
But it's authoritarian. It's not even that it's just bullying. You have no choice.
Well, here's the thing.
They bully each other because they have a community that loves each other. So when they bully each other, they understand that these people really care about them. And these are the people who will protect them. The people here in America, we bully each other. We let each other die on the street.
You have no choice.
shame is a very strong reinforcement. Or
Is shame going to beat China?
negative reinforcement?
Is roasting going to beat the Chinese government?
We'll see.
Come on.
We'll see.
Come on. It's got to be enforced. The only way to fix a culture of this many millions of people is through enforcement. It's not going to work through cultural norms. Like you're depending on the people. You also said the people are the problem. People are fat and lazy and stupid. If they are,
That's what I'm saying. He only blames the people. He thinks that the people are gonna make any huge change here in America without the government first needing to change.
they're not going to be motivated and fit enough to make fun of one another. That you need an authoritarian figure to do that.
Well, it's also the culture too, right? Like we have this culture of like fat acceptance, mediocrity acceptance.
Because of freedom. Because of freedom.
Well, here's the thing: we need to have the freedom also to push out. I don't want to say propaganda, but I guess it's gonna be propaganda where we're telling them like, hey,
We do.
yeah, fat is unacceptable. No, we don't have enough of it.
We have the freedom to fat shame.
No, we do, but that is suppressed. That is not.
But
that
no,
is not.
it's not suppressed. Myron, no. This is also the result of the free market, right? Does Nike make more money by like getting you in shape or putting a billboard of a big
See, there you go. This is what happens because of free market, which is the liberties that we give the business interests.
fat woman and saying, look, you can look good with these clothes on, you're already fat, and keeping the cycle of poor people who are fat and that can buy their self-esteem rather than work for it. This is a free market and freedom working together to keep you fat and lazy. And in a country that promotes both as our values, it's not going to change through shaming or through propaganda.
So no, I understand that. You got to use propaganda and you also got to use regulation. Okay, we're not going to sell certain types of food. We're not going to have certain types of. We're going to
free market.
Have an FDA. Former regulated, yeah, but free market within reason, bro. Like they're selling poison out to these motherfuckers. Like it's a free market within reason. Like we're not gonna kill our people and have all the shit ass food. Why is it when you go to Europe or you go to
China, they have free market too within reason. Same thing within in South Korea, they have free market within reason, but you wouldn't consider those democracies.
other places and you eat the same exact thing, you don't get fat. When you eat it here, there's problems.
Because we have the free market here because corporations are incentivized to sell us bullshit. So
exactly.
This goes back to my original point. The only way to fix
that's why we need to have regulation to a degree. Like it's not completely.
Wait, you just said what makes America
cocaine. You can't sell drugs. You can't sell
Schedule I
certain prescription drugs. You got to get prescription drugs. So you have to regulate some of this stuff because a lot of these foods are like fucking
regulated.
drugs.
That doesn't sound very American. This is that. If the government says this is what made Americans dump the fucking tea in the ocean and reject it and say no government control. We're gonna do what the fuck we want. We're gonna eat our burgers. We're gonna eat our ice cream. You can't regulate us.
That was taxation on tea, and they got.
The taxation on tea was so that they could pay for the wars that they fought before the colonies were in place. So they tax them because now we're allowing y'all to go out there to make us money, but this tax is to allow us to keep protecting you while you're out there exploring these foreign lands, and we will protect you as we have been from these invading countries. Like we just had a war, so we kind of need the funds back, and we weren't willing to pay because we're in foreign lands. So we feel that paying them, even though they're the ones who gave us the funds to start up first in these foreign lands in the first place.
Taxation, but overall the idea was government influence on individual liberty. So
yeah, but that was like on taxes. Like on this one, it's like you're selling poison to.
Like on taxes, but it's like they gave us the money to be there in the first place. This taxation is just so that they can get a return on investment.
People that's like quite literally drugs, and that's why they're getting fat. Like that, if we regulate the food, right? Bring in real healthy food. We tell people being fat is unacceptable. We roast them. We change education around. We get rid of the food pyramid. We educate kids from an early age that calories fucking matter, fat ass. Okay, it's not about waist trainers and all this other bullshit. There's a ridiculous amount of misinformation when it comes to fitness industry because people lie because they're gonna buy. Oh yeah, 5-minute ab burner. That's all a bunch of bullshit.
Free market. So they're gonna keep buying it because people want the easy way out.
And that's why we gotta regulate that. That's why we gotta regulate.
And that's my whole point of this 1 minute podcast. It's like we say American value. They say Islam is not compatible with the West because we have freedom and liberty. And then we diagnose the problems in this country that China are exploiting, and we see they're going to beat us in the future. We see that the problems are all sourced from the freedom and liberty. And so, okay, so what's the solution? Okay, we need more authority. We need more regulation. Well, then it's this cyclical argument. It's like we love America because we have freedom and liberty, but also we need to change it so the country's better. So we need to restrict freedom and liberty. It's a problem that I haven't seen people address.
No, I see what you're saying. Because you have to strike a balance between.
You haven't seen people address it, Nico, because none of these people understand reality or history. That's why. Same thing with Nick Fuentes. He can't grapple with history or reality. Same thing with Myron Gaines. Why do you think they don't interact with society? Because they're scared of interacting with it. When Nick Fuentes was interacting with society, he was a cat boy. He dressed up as a cat and ran around pretending to be a femboy. and I'm pretty sure he had a gay boyfriend, but he changed once he went back inside and he started hanging out on Reddit more, and then he got a touch of the truth or the red pill, and then he changed his ways.
Authoritarianism for the betterment of the country while simultaneously preserving individual.
Myron, him, he went to the army, and then he started sleeping with the white boys, and then he went into the Homeland Security, and then he started changing his ways after he went back inside and started glancing on the truth too.
Freedoms. This is why libertarians actually get roasted so much, because they preserve, they focus more on individualism and what's the fucking word for pleasure?
Hedonism.
And hedonism, personal hedonism. They prioritize that over everything, and obviously, when you do that, when you push hedonism, individualism, etc., like what's gonna happen is that leads to degradation of the family unit. So this is where you have to look. You can't force people. You do have to obviously allow them some level of liberty. That's what it is. But I do think the education, the way we bring people up, also regulating certain industries that are critical to infrastructure. Like for example, we don't have a free market with water regulation. Like water has to be a certain way, right? Tap water has to be a certain level, drinkable to a degree. I know we make fun of the tap water and shit like that, but compared to other places, we have regulated water. Like we need to have things where water, food, certain things, health, access to healthcare, whatever. That's got to be regulated to a degree, so we can. And
But you're saying that we need to have this, but you don't understand why we don't have it. The reason why we don't have it is because of the free market. People had already realized this. You're not the first person to come up with this idea, Myron. I think that's why you don't understand reality, because it's like, bro, oh, you're so smart because you came up with this thought. No, you didn't come up with this thought. People came up with this thought. They just realized also that they can't implement it.
also education, the food pyramid, calories. This stuff needs to be standardized, and we got to be honest about it, because now we're talking about people's life and health. And if we give people the education on that, that's going to change and affect how they operate with certain things. Now, look, I get it. You're talking about the free market. Yeah, people want to get fat, etc. Let's sell the shitty ass food. That's fine. We can sell it. We need to tell them, hey, this is bad for you. Look at cigarettes, for example. I'll give you a perfect example. I'm a little bit older, so I remember this. In the 90s, everyone smoked, bro.
Yeah, no.
Everyone
You used to be able to smoke
in
inside. The good old days, man. I can't even smoke a cigarette outside a fucking concert venue without somebody giving me shit.
Exactly. But now, if you smoke in America, you're looked at as a weirdo. Think about that. In Europe,
Think about that.
But do you understand why the cigarette market was not regulated in the first place? It's because when they first colonized Jamestown, one of their first crops that were explosive and that everybody was buying and that everybody was continuously cultivating was tobacco. Everybody was using tobacco. And that's why cigarettes were such a huge thing, because it was one of the first crops, one of the first cash crops that we were continually using all the way for like straight 1,000 years. So it was a huge part of the culture. The reason why they turned it away is because they didn't need that much profits from it anymore, and they were already, and I'm pretty sure those old companies that were making a lot of money off of tobacco already had monopolies on it. And not only that, but they didn't need to continue investing in tobacco because they weren't increasing. At some point, majority of households were using tobacco, so they already had a control over the entire market, and they weren't going to be able to expand any further.
they smoke everywhere. But here, this guy. But now we took something that was literally a staple of American culture for decades, right? And we're able to regulate it, shame it, and now we've suppressed it.
We should be able to smoke. I want to smoke in first class, like a
It was more than decades.
50s white guy.
Fair enough. But you get what I'm saying? Like cigarettes, I think is a perfect example of like, it's regulated. Yes, you can still do it, but we're shaming it. We're putting out bad media against it. It looks like it looks like shit. No one smokes anymore. It's not cool. You're a weirdo if you smoke.
Right, they replace it with vapes, and I think people are assuming.
And he's lying. There's still people who smoke cigarettes nowadays. They still do it in public. They just don't do it in every single place. It's just regulated in certain places, but people still smoke cigarettes outside. Um, and you're not looked at as a weirdo. In fact, it's actually very common.
I'm gonna realize that vapes are much worse for you than a cigarette.
It's gonna take time to catch up because people are fucking dumb idiots. But you got what I'm saying? Like, that's what I mean when I say shame, propaganda, education.
And then the vapes, they're like Sneeko just said, they just took the vacancy in the place that the cigarettes were, something that everybody has and that everybody's using, and to the point where you see all manner of adults with them too.
No one smokes, bro. It can work, and they still have the freedom to do it. That's the beautiful
He's lying. There's a lot and a lot of people who smoke. They just turn to other alternatives when it stopped being a social norm.
blend. I would say the cigarette industry is a perfect example of like blending regulation with liberty and freedom and shaming it so they don't do that bullshit.
What's the blend of free market in the cigarette industry?
So cigarettes still exist. They still sell them for a lot of money. You can still buy them in a lot of places, but it's regulated and you can't smoke in a lot of places.
My point is like it just got replaced with vapes. Like people are, when you give people freedom, they're just gonna find a way to get their vice anyway. And people smoke more weed now. They didn't smoke as much weed in the 90s. Everyone's high now.
Fair, but hear me out though. It took what, 10, 20, 30 years for vapes to come out and become popular to catch up. There's always gonna be some bullshit that comes out, but now no one smokes. Yes, something came out that's worse, but it took decades for them to find that.
This is a lie. People still smoke. And the vape is the exact same thing. It's still tobacco product.
And like tap in that market. That's gonna probably get regulated too. So I really do think like cigarettes are like a perfect example of like preserving liberty while simultaneously putting in regulation for something that's toxic and disincentivizing people to purchase it.
And the problem here is whenever Myron gets his one point that he feels like can't be contended, then he's gonna stick to that one point and he's gonna drag it until until nobody can talk about it no more.
It's just a tough way to find the blend. You know, I'm not saying I have all the answers, but it's just
that's a fantastic question, Seagull. Like you're gonna get great fucking answers. I mean, you forced me to think just now. Like I had to really go in my fucking Pokedex here and go back to the 90s. I was like, oh yeah, so cigarettes used to be really cool when I was growing up. Now you don't do them anymore.
Right.
So, but it's
I think that's a good argument that you made with the propaganda, the shift on the how taboo cigarettes are.
Yeah. Dude, I remember because I remember as a kid, like this is why it's so powerful. I remember commercials would show heart surgeons showing a heart with smoking, how it was black. And how and lungs, and that like red pilled me, and I was like, I will never fucking smoke. And then how it smells, how it looks like shit. But if you look at like the 50s and the 20s and the 30s, like you had Marilyn Monroe smoking cigarettes. It was sexy to smoke cigarettes. It keeps you skinny. But then you go to the 90s and they started shifting. They made it like super toxic and disgusting, so nobody wanted to smoke anymore. Like my generation, like millennials, none of us smoke because like growing up, you're like a weirdo. The only people that smoke are older people and like people that just don't give a fuck. So. Yeah, but no, that's a good question, bro. It's gonna be a really good topic. You'll get good answers because you forced me to think there.
Yeah, it's I think it's an interesting one. It may be, especially when
maybe millennials don't smoke cigarettes, but they probably vape.
Walsh says that all the time about when he talks about Dearborn all the time. It's like this so clearly a fucking distraction.
That was retarded. Like Jake Lang is a retard. Like going there and doing that.
He's a Jew, right? Jake Lang's a Jew, right?
He's a Jew. He admitted to Suleiman.
Oh, he's pretending to be a white guy. Yeah, I know.
No, he's a Jew.
The Dearborn thing is like when people get all riled up and say like, "What Dearborn? They're not bothering anybody. There's low crime there." It's just such an obvious distraction. You see Matt Walsh get all butt mad about it. I'm like,
smacking a Quran with pork is like retarded, bro. Like it's funny because like Muslims would never do that to a Bible. I've never seen a Muslim like desecrate a Bible.
Because we believe that it's also the word of God. That Christianity, Judaism,
you can't.
Rather, it's because those Christians are not Christians. They don't truly respect God. They don't truly respect other people trying to find their own truth. Because they're not really Christians. They don't really want to be Christ-like. They don't really want to follow Christ or try to be like Christ or live like Christ. They don't want to do any of that. They just want to say they're a Christian because there's a lot of Christians in America.
You can't. Like you can't. So it's like,
and you see more people starting to yell in front of Muslims praying, and they're saying like, "Oh, this is ruining America." It just made me think like, wait, so what is America? Like, what is if praying is getting you so upset? What values are they infringing upon? What are they destroying? I want to hear it described.
Yeah, I think praying in public, if you're not distracting other people, like I don't think it's a big deal, right? Like my thing, I didn't like the Times Square thing. That's fine. That's whatever. But like, bro, if niggas are praying at a park, right, and they're not fucking distracting anybody, that's different. Like if you can hold a yoga class, like people should be able to fucking pray there too. You know what I mean? And especially if they're not bothering anybody.
I've seen that in Bryant Park right here in Midtown. The whole park in the summer. I did a video. Like there was a giant yoga class, and like all these women showed up in yoga pants, and they were just bending over, and you see 1,000 asses bent over. And there's no protest for that. There's no one saying, "Hey, have some decency."
If women can dress like sluts in the park and stretch, like I think people should be able to pray. You know what I mean? My only thing was I just didn't like the Times Square thing. But like other than that, bro, like if it's in public and like you're not like bothering anybody, you're not stopping streetways, it's like whatever. Like bro, what the fuck? But the thing is like with some guys like Jake Lang, they're not intelligent, right? They can't really debate topics. I saw him like talk with Suleiman. I was like, this guy's 50 IQ.
He's just a rage baiter. He doesn't know anything
they have to do dumb shit like that. Yeah, they literally have to do dumb shit like that.
Put bacon
like
in
they can't use their brain.
And the bar is so low. These people are like fucking base, protect America. It's like what he's harassing people praying and putting a bacon.
This is my thing, right? This is what I always say to people because I made a whole fucking tweet on this, right? Muslims get mad at me when I criticize them, but then everybody else gets mad at me. This is my thing. If you're worried about Islam taking America, you're retarded. The real issue is not Islam taking over America. The real issue is fucking Jews control this country. That's the real fucking thing you got to deal with.
Tell that to Matt Walsh, because Matt Walsh is the biggest coper when it comes to the subject.
And here's the thing, look, and here's the other thing too. This is how you can tell if someone's a cuck or not. If someone tells you, says, hey, Islam is a problem, it's not compatible with the West, fine. I'll listen to your argument, fine. But will you admit that Jews run this country? If you will not say that, you're a fucking faggot. You're a fucking faggot. You're not a real nigga. If you're gonna just sit there and complain about Muslims all day in Islam, but you will not criticize organized world Jewry, or you'll not criticize Zionists running this country, you're a faggot. You're a pussy. I know that you are just a propagandist and you're not serious about saving this country.
And Matt Walsh will say like, "Oh, you're obsessed with Israel. You're obsessed with talking about Israel, dude. All you talk about is Muslims and transgenders." Like,
Yeah, bro.
It's the same thing, just a different us versus them.
They all talk about the same thing. You say that, but Myron only talks about the same things too. This conversation you just had with him, you wouldn't have brought up any of this if you weren't interviewing him.
It's goy slop, culture war
Edward
propaganda.
Bernays was
that they've been doing
responsible for
for
cigarette
decades, by the way.
campaigns in
And it's been-
1929,
and until October
including
7th,
America is
like,
Final
now
Solution.
Just because Myron has agreed that Israel has some sort of control over the U.S., that does not mean that he is not indulged in the same nonsense that these white nationalists also propagate too.
this issue is
Supporting Israel does not mean that you really truly divested from that movement. You're just like them, but you just have a slight disagreement. And after that disagreement has been moved to the side, and you'll be fine. Like Nick Fuentes, he even said, "Oh man, I actually don't hate all Jews," because that's not his main agenda.
in their face. The fact that they will not talk about Israel, they take
You're gonna see Myron. He's gonna give it up. He's gonna give it up here in a year or
like
two.
cop out arguments like, I don't care about Israel, just don't give them aid. Get the fuck out of here, faggot. If you want to sit here and complain about Muslims being 2% of the population, let's talk about 90% of Congress being owned by a foreign government.
Very fair point.
If you are going to talk and criticize Muslims, fair. I have no problem with that. But let's talk, like I always say, like talking about Muslims and criticizing Muslims while not talking about Jewish power is literally picking up pennies to
Right, but talking about black people, but not mentioning white people is not the same. Is not the same exact argument.
this picking up pennies when you're stepping over $100 bills. Muslims have
Picking up pennies while you're stepping over $100 bills. Oh, black people, they're so violent. They commit so much crime. But white people, they commit 75% of the child rapes, the rapes in general. They're overswelled in so many different crimes. The only thing about black people is that they have a large amount of arrests, but they also have the highest number of exonerations out of any race. They have the most arrests and have the same amount of most amount of exoneration. So that means they're over policed because there's too many times that they've been wrongly put in prison compared to other races. They're swelled in these areas of arrest and exonerations. But you don't think that that's strange. But for white people, even though that they commit a high portion of crimes, but they're not exonerated for being wrong on those crimes. That's simply a culture thing. But black people, because they're arrested a lot, they're violent, they're dumb, and they're low IQ people.
no influence in American government to the degree that Jews do.
Now we do. Allahu Akbar. Zohar Mamdani is the king of New York. Takbir! Takbir!
Hey man, he's a Shiite, right? Don't the niggas punch each other themselves and shit?
Hey.
That niggas be gonna be fucking hitting himself and shit like that, man. You gotta watch out.
No,
You gotta be
he's a good Shia, I think. Hey, I gotta go. I'm fucking starving. I need to go eat my Chinese food because you know me, man.
You eat Chinese food?
Everybody, don't even pull that right here. Real Chinese people don't eat Chinese American food. Chinese food in America is for everybody.
Hold on, let me get this straight. A nigger Jew gook is about to eat Chinese food in New York City?
You eat rice with your hands like Zohar Mamdani, and you're trying to talk about Chinese food.
I actually don't.
Myron eats mashed potatoes for Thanksgiving like this.
I don't like mashed
This is
potatoes.
how Myron eats mac and cheese.
Bro, I don't eat mac and cheese. I don't like mac and cheese either.
All right,
like
Myron.
starch.
Starch. What do you like to eat? Or you just eat protein? When we go to a restaurant, Myron will ask the waiter, "What is the most protein on the menu?"
All right, faggot. Go eat your fucking gook food.
All right, Salaam alaikum, Myron.
Chopstick faggot. All right, later.
All right, man. Hey, can you hear me?
No, we gotta stop that. We got to stop that. We need to stop that one. I will say that was a very interesting video. I won't say it was a great video, but it definitely explores the state of America and the state of humanity, right? People spout a lot of nonsense without a clear view on history or the state of reality. So I think that was definitely informational, and I appreciate y'all for being here with me.